I've always kind of wanted to do this anyway. So, and so we should be live, but let me go to my own channel because I don't see anything on this.
Well, it'll take a second or two.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, now it's showing live.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, you're live. I'm looking at you right here. See? There you are.
Yeah, no, I got it.
And there's me. Tell you the truth, I'm surprised you'd have my ugly mug on your screen.
Well, you've been on here with me before.
I have.
Let me do this. I always prefer that better because that way there's more detail in this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm the same way. I like this, like you said, this screen here. So.
And we have Tim Jackson here.
Yeah, Tim Jackson. He's the first. Not really. I was here first.
We got 4 watching, and 2 of them are me and you and Tim. So there's only 1 extra. I'll bet you that 4th one is Dan. He's trolling me by now. He's just waiting for me.
Yeah,
he's just waiting for that move to come on in and just busting my balls or whatever. Oh God.
Mad Kiwi, good day.
Mad Kiwi, all right.
Seen you in a while, Craig.
There's the man who's responsible for me being on the air and live right now.
Who, Mad Kiwi?
He is, yeah. Him and another nice person named Loopy Lisa. I actually went online live with them before I did any of this, way back in January or February, I'll bet.
Oh. Hey, Michael Blade. Hello, Tim Jackson.
Oh, man, I needed that. Yeah, so today I turned 60.
Well, congratulations. You're 6 years younger than me.
Man, I just want some Social Security.
Actually,
I need my security.
Actually, you are, because I turned 67 in December.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble. It's not as bad as Dan, but it can be bad.
I blame you.
At least he's mic'd up this time.
I'm learning.
Freddie K. Oh, look, we got Geeks Fauna in the house. Wow.
Oh, Geeks Fauna, hello.
Man, I am honored.
Michael Blade, aka the Drone Ranger.
Where's he at? How did I miss that? Oh, there he is, way up there at the top. I did miss that. See, Fred, you come in here and you're already screwing me over.
Life is just too easy for you, Brian. I got to take care of that for you.
Yeah, good at that.
How you doing, Freddie K?
I'm good. How are you, Rodney?
I'm doing good. I think this is the first time you and I have met.
I've heard about you.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, we won't get into that.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say, I hope it was all good.
Of course it was.
Probably not.
I think Rodney would make, it's too bad he's in Virginia, but Rodney would make an excellent third to our morning walk. being an ex-Navy man and everything, yeah, there's some good stories there.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Let me see here. Let's go on down the line.
Well, hey, Brian.
Yes.
Excuse me a minute. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, man. I had a change from the show.
Oh, I forgot to put my shirt on.
Rodney did a live stream early. He started around 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I popped in there, and I look like hell, and I still look like hell, but I feel even worse now.
What's the matter?
I don't know, man. I think I'm getting a Toyota Corolla. I don't know.
That's it.
Hey, man, you like my scroll down there in the bottom?
I didn't even read it yet.
Oh, go ahead. It's
the 4 horsemen.
Oh, come on, man! Don't make me start getting into the Bible now. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
I know who they are. I thought it was wrestling. No, I knew what it was.
But hey, Lone Star. No, I figured this is Friday the 13th, 2020. It's my birthday. I mean, tomorrow the 4 horsemen should be riding.
I hear you.
I'm looking for a place to place my bets. There's 4 of them. Somebody's got to win.
And then I got a date with a girl that's birthday's 666. So
Yeah, I mentioned that to the wife.
Oh,
You know, she's funny though, Fred. She wants all the details. Oh, what does she look like? I don't know.
I don't know.
You mean, is she tall? Is she blonde? Is she
She's
ugly?
blonde. No, she's not ugly. She's
Well,
shorter
that's
than
right.
me. She did ask me something really weird though. She goes, "Send me your VIN, plate number, make, model, and color of your vehicle, please." I go,
Uh-oh.
"Yeah, I will get right on that." She goes, "Seriously, I have to register your vehicle so you won't be towed." I said, "Am I moving in?" I thought we were just
Wow.
going to dinner.
Wow, man, I didn't know it was that serious already. And y'all haven't even
me neither.
y'all haven't really been out yet. This is cool.
I
So
don't think I'm going to give anybody my VIN number.
So when's the wedding? Like next week?
You need to call her.
Okay, Sunrise Watermeet, just knock it off, okay? I remember those days. Don't rub that stuff in, man. Hey Dan. Hey Dan, no problem, bud. But welcome to my live streams, everybody.
I see Sunrise Water Media is in the house.
You know something?
Michael Blade, Mike AK.
I just noticed something too. This is terrible. When did this happen? How did this happen? Everybody in here should be blue and wrenched. Fred, type something in the chat, please, if you would, or because something's not right.
Hold on.
Because if you ain't wrenched in blue, I wonder if they took my channel down and I don't know about it yet. So let me just go through this.
I just said hello here.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I don't want to use you as a moderator anyway, so I'm skipping over you. Let me see. Drawing veteran, moderator. Something else too that I did want to bring up, because we were talking copyrights earlier on YouTube, and I've got a video out, and it's been out now for a week, and it's got an AC/DC song in there that everybody said, "Yeah, AC/DC, yeah." They have not hit me for a copyright.
Huh.
How long has it been up?
It's been out there a week now.
Don't jinx it.
Well, you know, sometimes unless you go into your studio, sometimes you won't see it, and it's not. I don't think it counts as a copyright strike. They'll just tell you that the song is copyrighted, but
No, I usually get a notice even saying Chris Hope just tried to come in, and
oh really?
he's on a failing Wi-Fi, I'm sure. But I'm trying to add everybody as moderator in here now, because this is kind of sucko. How embarrassing! Oh man, I don't know any of these people. No, because
yeah, I got to be honest with you, Brian. I was rather insulted that I wasn't a moderator.
you should be now. Oh, you didn't type anything in there, did you, Rodney?
No, but if you go up and you're right.
Wait a minute.
I haven't
you don't have
anything.
to. But I mean, this has always been the easiest way for me to do it. Let me see. I missed Tim Jackson. He's probably not in here anymore.
I know you're thinking really hard now, Brian, but
I know if it wasn't for these earphones, smoke.
Lone Star wrote, "If you're paying her, it's not considered a date."
Wait a minute. Some of them call it a date, though. I mean, I've had them. You want a date, baby?
But that's for only legal purposes.
It's what flies in court, right?
There you go.
There we go. No, Tim Jackson, you were blued and wrenched. There we go. I think I got everybody now.
You haven't gotten me.
No, I just did you.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't turn blue.
Rodney, you didn't feel that? I just did you.
Oh.
Story of your life, Brian.
You're on my show now. It gets a little rough.
Went right over my head. I'll type in a word. There it went.
There we go.
Well,
Okay.
that's funny because usually your name turns blue. You know, down at the bottom where you say something, it's got your name. And
Yeah.
usually that's blue if you've been made a moderator, but mine's still gray. But then when I typed it in, it went blue. So
I think Tim Jackson's having a good one on that one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
What is this here?
boy, I sure hope my wife doesn't find out, Brian.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it low.
Well,
No, but on the copyright thing, this is what I'm thinking. Here's Chris Hope. I'm getting a blank screen. There we go. Hope,
hey, Chris.
Hope is in the house.
So, Brian, Rodney,
Howdy, buddy.
You're going to work on his channel, but on mine, I'm done with you, Chris. I'm done with you.
And Mike, that's what I'm wondering. I might have done, because I've been working on a lot of stuff on YouTube and Facebook the last couple of weeks, and God only knows what I may have done. So, and I've started another channel, but I'm not going to tell anybody what it is because it won't have that much to do with drones. So I'm not sure if it's even going to go yet or not.
oh, it'll go. You got the hand of the Midas touch. It'll be all right.
Yeah, right. I love that encouragement, Chris.
Just don't fly it over the house.
Well, just don't fly it over Jim Boyd's neighborhood's house. They'll shoot it. Hey, SoCal drone, how's it going, bud?
Excuse me, guys.
Oh, no problem. No, on the copyright thing though, on that song, that AC/DC song, I'm thinking two things. For one thing, I'm on a speedboat, and there's just all kinds of noise. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it broke up the song enough to where their algorithms could not pick it up, or because of the boat that I was on, they paid for the copyright, and I'm like a third-party user, so it doesn't count. I don't know. But it's bizarre. It's been up there for a week and no hit, no copyright hit yet.
Well, good deal, actually. I mean,
so if y'all want to hear a quick version of "Shook Me All Night Long," just go to my latest video.
So, are you stopped, Chris? Are you at home now?
I'm at the farm. I come up here and drop something off this afternoon. I'm fixing to go home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're definitely working a lot better now.
Yeah, I'm on top of the hill. I mean,
Well, there you go.
yeah, I'm not. And I rebooted my my iPad. They Apple pushed a new update today, and
14.2.
yeah, and it acted funny all day, and I just remembered I might as well reboot it. I got 4 bars now instead of 1.
I've been dreading doing mine. That's another reason why I went to that new Triplotech. I got a 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi only iPad. I'm filling that thing up so fast with just system stuff. It's like already half full, and I'm just going, well, if I run just 1 or 2 videos in here, screen capturing them, it's done. And and I did that yesterday, in fact, and it locked up and shut down on me. That was fun.
Oh.
Did it do it in mid-flight?
Yeah, pretty much. In fact, I did a whole flight of about 18 minutes, and I sent it up the second time, and I just got it out away from me, and I looked down, and the iPad was black, and I said, "What in the hell?" Just RTH'd it and just didn't worry about it. And, it came back, but then it restarted itself, but then I couldn't do any more screen capture, so it filled up and bailed on me. Got to give SoCal Drone a moderator wrench. Sorry about that. There we go.
I that 14.2 downloaded on my iPad Wednesday. Yeah, and I went and checked.
Maybe I stopped it in time. I'm sorry. That's the ring. That's the ringtone from my phone. What can I tell you, YouTube?
Well, you got him going there, Chris.
Well, happy birthday, Brian. That's your birthday song.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, you almost got me that hit that I'm talking about not getting.
You know what? I got it on silent, and it's I'm in my truck, and it picked up.
Hey, Dean.
Hello, Dean.
Hey, everybody,
I mean-
chat. I don't have the chat up, but hello, everyone.
I mean, I gotta wrench everybody as they come in now. At least I'm catching up now. There we go.
So, what I was telling you, Chris, when the 14.2 got done, I almost immediately went to the Go4 app, and the RTMP is still there.
Don't touch it.
I'm not.
Man,
Believe me, I'm not even. See, I'm not the only streaming software I'll open is StreamYards because it doesn't use that,
right.
but all the others will.
I don't.
Okay,
Of course,
we're gonna need to talk. How are y'all live streaming?
there's two different versions. Actually, there's more than two, but actually, the three of us. There's three different ones on Sunday mornings.
I know that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Paul is
I can't.
Paul's using something different. Rodney's using his iPad. Me and Dennis and Roosevelt are using Android.
Okay, and that's fine. But what I'm talking about is I use an iPad. I know how to do the RTMP thing. Whenever I try to do live, it just sits there and just spins on me. Do I not have enough signal or the servers?
YouTube has a new RTMP address. If you didn't know that,
Didn't know that.
YouTube Studio has changed, and your
Yeah.
RTMP address has changed.
So that one they're showing me now is not the
How
right
long you had
one.
it, Brian?
I thought it changed every time I opened it.
No. It's changed 2 months ago for some. It changed 6 months ago for some. For Dennis, it changed about 6 months ago.
In fact, yeah, that's what I meant to ask Dennis Rodney when he was in your stream because
And Rodney,
I've been in his live streams.
Rodney's changed, but Rodney did it. He changed his RTMP address, and then his iOS updated, and it kept it. So he was good. He got the new RTMP in with iOS, so he's good to go using
Shit,
iPad.
I'm probably gonna have to update that iPad whether I want to or not. Then
Well, I'm afraid. Here's what you can do. You can go open your iPad up. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen because mine did it this morning. It's going to, when you push your finger on the RTMP place to enter your address, it's going to take you back to the home screen of your iPad.
okay, well, that's gonna be.
It sucks.
Hey, Nikos Ariel. Yeah,
DJ,
I'm gonna have to work on that.
The Go app needs to be updated, but they haven't updated it in 3 or 4 months. I think that's what Dennis told me a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I think he found that out from somewhere.
DJI told me they're going to update it mid-October. Well, it's mid-November.
Kind of like the FAA and all the things that they were supposed to have us do.
So I was fortunate enough that my wife had a Android phone and the service is still on it. So I went and put the Go app on it and entered my RTMP address, and it works.
Okay.
So, but my iOS stuff is dead. It's done. I can't use it. I can still fly with it. I just can't live stream.
Yeah, that's. So I'm really hoping that something or nothing happens to that RTMP. That's why I won't use like AZ recorder or DU recorder or anything because those will change it. And I know once that happens, I won't be able to enter in the RTMP key.
Oh crap! See, I've been experimenting with a bunch of different ones, and I'll bet you that's why I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. Go to YouTube Studio and you can go find your new RTMP.
Okay.
That's all changed. It's all changed. When I fly on Sunday mornings, I have YouTube Studio open, and it shows me the stream health, it shows me the live stream video, and I can see the chat. As to where I used to could just click on my face up there and go to my video and do what I wanted to. But that's all changed.
See, okay, because that would if they've changed the RTMP on YouTube, because forever I've been able to live stream from my Evo with, just one button. Hit that live button on the Explore app, and it just went. Had to wait about 60 seconds, and it went. But if they change the RTMP, that's why it's not going now. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Good deal.
That's the gig, man. That's what I have run across.
Well, I can probably fix that then.
So's Roosevelt.
That's good to know.
I actually feel kind of bad because they were Dennis and Paul and Chris and Rosie were all struggling to go live, and I was having no problems. And at first I couldn't figure it out, and then I just happened to mention, well, I have the same updates that they had, but my RTMP never changed, so I never had to change it or re-enter a new one. So
Rodney got lucky.
I did.
Big old turd. He got lucky.
Fred, the next time you puke in my ear, I'm going to do this.
Fred,
I'm trying to cover it up. I didn't know it was in your ear.
That's what that mute button is for, buddy. Here, I'll take care of it for you. Nope. Yeah, I got it for you, bud.
Oh, Freddie, man, he's dissing you like crazy, man.
Every day.
Well, you don't have to take that.
Yeah, he does.
But for some reason, I do. It's a mystery to me. We go walking in the mornings, and he's a control freak. We got to go this way. No. We're gonna do 2 miles today. It's like,
wow.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm glad I don't walk with you guys.
Yeah, he's a bully.
Rodney, I see all the walking you do. You're doing more walking than I am lately, dude.
Well, I haven't been lately. I've been slacking.
Well, because Fred here decided to take his tour around the country. I've had to lay off too, and now I'm paying the piper.
Yeah, he's still bitter about that.
Broke up the band.
Is he jealous? Is that
a little bit?
Not jealous.
Huh? Well,
we already figured out who was Jake and who was Elwood, and he leaves town. Son of a...
He probably took the car you come in too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh no, he took the Lexus.
Here we go again.
Oh man, Brian, you got to watch out for these Lexus drivers.
Man, they'll run you off the road. I know.
Why is that, Rodney?
They think they own the road.
Oh, no, that's a BMW owner.
Actually, it's both.
Oh.
Now, but the Mercedes drivers, see, now they're all laid back and stuff,
That's because they want you to hit them.
I think.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I didn't mute that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think I got a wet spot in my ear now from that one.
You better figure out what's causing that sneeze there.
Yeah, I think I just did.
Hang on. I got to get this out of my... Oh, gross.
Oh, shut up.
Gross. That was just gross.
I'm out, Brian. I'm going to go home.
All right,
Take care, Chris.
Have a good evening,
all right, Chris. Have a good one, brother.
You bet. We'll see y'all somewhere later.
Probably Matt's.
Happy birthday, Brian. Happy 60, buddy.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
You bet, man. Go out on town tonight.
Did that last night, man. I got to put up the pictures yet. I put some of them up on Facebook. Yeah.
Face ain't quite as wrinkled, so.
Alcohol fills in the gap.
It's from the meal he ate last night.
It swole him up.
Yeah, that's right.
Stretch.
That's right.
We'll see y'all.
Bye, Chris.
Later, Chris.
Yeah, I need to get going too, Brian.
All right, man. I know
Thanks
you've been on.
you've been
on for like 2.5 hours total.
I know.
I saw you pop in there.
on a Friday.
I think you were. I saw it a minute and 40 seconds. He's only been on there a minute and 40 seconds. Oh, I'm gonna listen to this.
Well, Freddie K, it was nice meeting you, brother.
You too, Rodney.
Hope to see you again. And if you don't mind, if you could you post a link to your channel?
Who, me?
Yeah, in the chat, so I could go check it out.
Sure.
And I'll do the same.
And Fred, just because it's kind of technical for Fred, all you got to do is pull up one of your videos and copy that link in the top bar and put it down there in the chat thing. How about that? Or you want me to do it for you? I can do that.
Wait, just do it for me, Brian.
And
That's me being a good host.
And that's the link to my channel. So
okay. Rodney, I think I'm
pretty sure y'all are subbed.
Yeah, I think
You know what? You know what? Come to think about it.
There we go. I'm going to put it up anyway. Fred does have a sex tape on his channel. I'm trying to find that one.
Yeah, you named that one.
Hey, I just named it. You put the sex up, dude.
Boy, I got more hits on that thing than anything else.
Damn, dude, you ain't kidding. You're up to 800 views on that thing almost. There we go. And that's Fred's link to one of his videos. I'm waiting for my computer to crash. I got like 12 tabs open on 2 different browsers.
Oh, sorry. You just got another copyright strike.
Y'all they're going to kick him off.
Oh, look at this. Chris Hope isn't even a moderator. Damn, I just suck at this. Thank God for alcohol to cover up all your mistakes.
So I'm seeing a video here of a beach. Some guy is like got a skateboard.
Yeah, that's the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Now Brian named that, right? And somebody wrote on there and said, "Man, my son watched it 3 times." It said, "No, the Jeeps are tops off."
Oh,
No, I named it Topless.
Oh, that's right. The only
Topless
topless
will
is
get you
the
some
Jeeps.
hits.
Oh,
Yes.
well, there goes a golf cart. Oh, a pink flamingo blowing away in the wind.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
I got some good stuff. It's like,
And he actually did get some girl tease him to do the top.
oh yeah.
thing. But of course, it wouldn't have made YouTube if she had. So
Yeah.
yeah, they canceled that event this year because of COVID.
What are you flying there, Freddie K?
Well, I did my Spark and my Mavic Air.
Oh, okay. Wow, look at those 4-wheelers. Those are huge. Oh, I'm ahead of you.
A little bit.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm at the park with.
Oh, that's the one where the girl teases me, and I messed up and I forgot to bring my iPad, so I'm trying to see this on my phone, and the sun's shining, and I couldn't see anything.
There we go.
There she is.
She ain't showing nothing. There ain't nothing there to show anyway. But I'm not critical of nothing. What's funny is they're taking video of Fred's drone. It's a Mavic Air 1. You can barely see it. They'll be lucky to see anything from that video. Oh, well.
Well, you got another subscriber there, Freddie.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be checking out your channel.
I just happened to be on top of that one when he started climbing that other truck. I was just lucky to be there.
That was kind of cool, actually.
They actually almost get into a little tiff over that afterwards.
Well, the guy came down on his axle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Well, cool. All right, fellas.
All right, Rodney.
All
Take
right,
care,
guys.
Rodney.
Take
You
care.
have a good evening, bud.
Have a good evening, everybody in the chat. Talk to you all later. Now I got to figure out how to.
There we go. It's that leave studio thing. It's like last time I did one of these. I can't remember who was on me. I'd have to look at it. But I stopped the camera and I didn't leave studio. So somebody's telling me like 5-10 minutes later, hey, you're still live. And meanwhile, I'm over here looking at my other screen, my YouTube screen, going, why are these idiots still hanging around chatting? I'm done. The stream was still open.
Go home now.
Go home now. You go home. You go home. You leave. You go home.
Hey, thanks, Sunrise Water, for the sub.
So
it's like the end of Ferris Bueller. Go home.
Yeah. Why are you still here? Why are you still here? Go home. A classic. Let me see though. I wanted to try to keep this on track because I did have some subjects, and Fred showed up. Okay, I've actually hit on a couple of these already. Mentioned about YouTube copyright stuff with the AC/DC song. In fact, okay, I'm gonna push the limit and let's just see if I can burn myself.
If anybody can, Brian, it's
I know, right? So let me go to my channel. I don't want to waste a whole bunch of time because anybody can go look at this. But I'm going to bring up the part where, oh yeah, stop, right there. Okay. Let me do a share screen. Oh, wait a minute now. Here's the trick because when you do a share screen, you have to enable something for audio. So let me see if I know what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, there it is. Share audio. This way I'll get the copyright strike.
There you go.
Okay, so there it is. I'm going to start it and unmute it. Can y'all hear that?
Uh-huh.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Because if this doesn't get a strike now, it ain't gonna.
Here we go, guys.
You know, that's an interesting point you made, though, Brian, is maybe because it's from that boat and not you generating it.
And they bought the copyright to be able to play that. And those are my two granddaughters there in the front of us, by the way. I'm holding a 3-pound camcorder for dear life with one hand while this thing is going. And I was going, gee, I really hope I don't lose this camcorder. Because one of those old style that used to fit around the top part of your hand and you just kind of hung on to it.
Some people use it for boat anchors.
Yeah. There was one part that I ran this a little bit long and I was wondering if I should do it or not. But I love this one part coming up where, yeah. Come on. Yeah, keep the camera down, Brian. That's right. This with the boat. We're passing him like nothing. And let's spray him one time. Yeah, get that spray.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was great, man. I love that. But yeah. Now let's see if this stream gets a copyright hit. Hopefully we're talking all over it, so it may not, but you never know.
I think this song was recognizable.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
All they need is, they said, is like 5 or 6 seconds, and that went way longer than that. So I don't know how it didn't get a hit or not. Let me stop that. Okay. Oh, there we are. I got to make sure. Let me see. Chris Hope is off, but he's a moderator now. Nico's aerial. I know I hit him, but he didn't come back on, so I don't know.
Just throw money at the PC screen or your cell phone. I'm humble.
Okay,
No.
I'll go back and fix it. Jeez, everybody's a critic.
I humble.
I'll kick your ass, dude. Now I'm gonna have to go back in there and fix it.
Because you know it's going to drive you nuts if you don't.
Yep.
Well, look what you've done to me. I spelt my own name wrong, and you had to make a big joke out of it.
Well, oh yeah. Let's not bring that up.
Yeah, no. Hey, it was towards the end of editing, and I had a few dozen drinks.
Something else I did want to talk about, which was interesting. I started a week ago another Facebook. What do they call those IDs? It's not a channel, and I named it right after this channel, BMAX Aerial Visuals, because what it was I had my own Facebook thing, and it was, the family and friends from way back. And I started adding drone people to it, and I still got them. Nobody's been moved, but it was getting to where it was getting very hard to keep up with who was who. And do I know that guy? Name sounds familiar. So yeah, I started a Facebook channel with BMAX Aerial Visuals. And I just put it up there and said, hey, everybody, I'm migrating over. And I mean, I had like 80 people there in a day, so they responded pretty well.
Nice.
It's getting out of hand though now, because now I don't know why, but that ID now has more subs than my own.
Jeez.
I don't know where that's coming from. I'm getting people I have no clue who they are. They're just coming on over and just going, okay, well, you look like you have something to do with drones, so I guess I'll say yes. Thomas Aerials.
I might not need to say this, but maybe because you made Philly Drone mad, you became famous.
No, I don't think that had anything to do with it. Thomas Aerials. Just go to Facebook and look up BMAX Aerial Visuals, and it's there. But I could have sworn because I know you're on. My personal one is Thomas Sullivan, so I know you're there. And I thought I got everybody, but never know. What's funny is people like Ed Ricker and Kelly Shores. Who else? I hate to drop big names, but they were all there the first day. I was surprised. I think even Geeks Vaughn is on there.
There's big names.
You can learn something listening to that dude.
Is that right?
Instead of wasting your time here.
Yeah, that ship has sailed.
I know. It's going downhill now. So we're going back to the program on that note because, oh God, do I even want to bring this up? See, this is why I wanted Dan to show up. Drone Worship. I don't have too many, and I'm probably going to lose. I'm only got 6 people here. I'm going to lose half of them if I start talking FPV. But
you're going to do it anyway.
I'm going to do it anyway because what the hell. So I had a Tiny Hawk 1 that I've been playing with for a number of months, and I took a while to get used to it, and I got used to it. It's not the best drone. I was on with Jim Boyd the other night, and we were talking about me getting another one. And I threw out the thing of, well, how can you judge the distance? I said, the only way I've got to judge distance now is by the video quality. When it starts going so fuzzy, I said, okay, I need to reel it back in because it's getting too far away because I'm losing my picture. But that's not, God damn it. See, now I'm 60 and I'm losing track of where I'm going. Where I was going was, I lost the Tiny Hawk in the neighbor's pool behind me.
Oh.
Because I wanted to fly up my roof, do a flip around, do a 180, because I got pretty good at those. Do a 180 and come back down the roof. I thought that would look pretty cool. The trouble is when I went up the roof, my roof was a 60 degree pitch. When I went up the roof, it kept going. And it started to lose video. And I said, uh-oh. Uh-oh, wonder if I can do this flip. So I tried to flip and nothing happened. Now I've got no signal. Well, what had happened was the drone kept going. It had a good upward thrust, so it made it over the trees or through the trees from my yard into my neighbor's pool behind me. They weren't home, luckily.
Well, and you guys are so close.
And yeah, I have anger issues with my neighbor. She's a very sweet woman that hopefully I'll never kill her, but I probably won't, but so 3 hours later, after looking for this tiny little drone in my backyard saying it's got to be back here somewhere, I just peeked my head over the fence and said, oh shit, it's in her pool. It was floating, which is a good thing because it's mostly plastic. Fished it out with a pool net because our yards are really close together. And then, but it had been in there for 3 hours. So I said, okay, I did the Fred thing. I dried it out for a few days.
Did it work?
Sort of. The
Mine
motors
worked just fine.
It came on. I mean, it all the lights came up, but the motors, when I went to arm it and gauge it, all I heard was and nothing. No rotor turned. Nothing turned. I said, okay, this thing is toast. That $120 down the drain. Oh well. Next. So now I'm looking for another FPV setup, and I'm still a beginner. I'm still a absolute moron at this. And I found two of them, and I had Mitch on the other night, and he thought it was pretty good, but Mitch is real particular. I'm talking about old guy in a drone. He's real particular. I mean, all he does is FPV. The guy is 73 years old, and he does FPV the way I wish I could. But I did find, if I can find it now, two really good starter FPV drones. And if I could figure out how to work my computer, I'm going to bring each one up. Yeah, here we go. So let me do a share screen here without audio. And there. This is an Eachine.
That's easy for you to say.
Right? But this is a full kit. It comes with goggles, the controller, the drone, and a bunch of spare props, of course. I think the whole thing, and a bag. This is not a bad deal for $245. You get a couple extra batteries. Mitch was telling me Dobo did a review on it. Cinewhoop. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've looked at Cinewhoops, Thomas. They're kind of pricey. Plus, here's the thing I'm getting into. You got to buy goggles and a transmitter if you're going to get into the Cinewhoop thing because they only sell the Cinewhoops. I'm still at the stage where I don't want to spend a bunch of bucks because I fly into trees a lot.
And your wife would kill you?
And my wife would kill me. So this is another good one. But Mitch did tell me, though, that where I'm probably going to have problems, see if I can do this. The controller is what's that word? Fred, help me out here. The controller is.
I stopped listening to you.
Yeah, I know. See, because I'm talking FPV. I've already lost Fred. It's proprietary.
That's the word.
These things are not, though. He said I could probably use those with anything. The goggles, but he said the problem you're going to have with those goggles is they may not fit right. You can already tell by the way they taper down towards your head. They're going to fit kind of tight. So, but for $245, I gave it a look. However, see if I can find this other one now. This is more expensive, and this would fit the bill, and it's out of stock right now. But let me show you how. Add in all the little extras like batteries and radios. So we're looking at $315, and do we have a picture better than this? Anyway, so Mobilla 6. It comes with Fat Shark goggles. I mean, everybody uses Fat Shark. And Mitch was saying you'll spend $300 just on Fat Sharks or any kind of comparable transmitter. The transmitter is also non-proprietary. It can be used with other FPV systems. This is probably the way I'll go. So the wife was asking me what I want for Christmas. And I'm just going, honey, have you ever heard of Roto Geeks?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this might fit the bill. I think this could work. Where's the detail of this thing? Oh yeah, this thing's got all kind of. I mean, this is pretty nice. This is the only thing I'm worried about is it's a bit more, I don't know, advanced than what I'm used to. I don't know how you, because and it's just a 3-inch. You know, it comes with a camera and everything, so that's cool. But I don't know. I'm probably going to lean towards that because the other thing too, and that I just noticed, it does have prop guards, and the E-Sheen did not. And those prop guards on my Tiny Hawk saved my bacon more times than I can count. So yeah, I got $315 even for me is still a lot of money, but shit, I don't know. Okay, there's a stamp of approval. EBR FPV, awesome. Okay, good enough for me. We're gonna roll with that one. Now, Thomas Ayers, it says you're saying 65 millimeter. This thing said it was 135 millimeters somewhere. Let me go down to the specs. Where's the damn drone? Oh, it is 65 millimeter. Huh. Where did I get 3-inch from? Unless that was the E-Sheen. I might be mixing this one up with the E-Sheen. But the kicker for me in this is the Fat Shark goggles. I mean, the price of those right there is the whole kit. You would not go with that kit. Okay, Thomas Ayers, you're going to have to come on here live with me now and explain yourself. I've been bugging Thomas Ayers all afternoon, ever since Rodney's stream. I told Rodney, I said, Rodney, I'll come on, man, but I want Thomas Ayers to come on first, or I probably won't come on.
Thomas, you try to help somebody out and see what he does to you.
See, that's how I am, man. Huh. Tiny whoop. That's good to know. Okay, what does that mean? You can buy the Fat Sharks for $99. They're called Recon. And that's another thing, too. I was kind of curious about on these Fat Sharks. It does show Fat Shark Recon version 3. Now, I have not looked that up like on Amazon, so I'm not sure what I'm getting. But my whole thing is, even if they're not the best version of Fat Shark, if they're compatible with other small FPV drones, I'd be a happy camper. At least until I'm ready to go $1,000 all hog in on a DJI digital system. Oh God, why am I doing this? Where's Chris Hope? I'm gonna beat up on Chris Hope because he's the one. Oh man, you got to get into this, man. I can't believe I'd never thought I'd like it. Oh man, I just can't stop. I'm gonna kill you, Chris. I'm thinking,
of course, it's somebody else's fault.
If Chris can do it, yeah, okay. Because Chris, well, somebody gave Chris a really good one to start with. That helps. These are budget. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. But at the same time, if they're compatible, I'm good with it. I might have to do some research on that version of the Fat Shark, Thomas, just to see what I'm getting into. Because if it's not compatible, well, then, might have to go with something else. So, do-ra-do-re, do-ra-do-re. Oh, I'm trying to get into the.
What are you drinking?
I'm trying to get into the Christmas thing and talk myself into getting this thing. I go live on with you on Facebook, but not like some evening, but not in public. Ah, okay.
Is he wanted?
Might be wanted. So let me just close that down. Oh, jeez. And then there's Steve Hyde. My buddy Steve Hyde. By the way, let me close this because I'm going to bring this. I'm going to do a share screen. Oh, man, that's awesome. Okay, one more share screen. I'm going to have to brag here. I don't do this on my own, but if y'all ever look at my lives, I never really plug my own stuff. So last night I went out for my birthday dinner, and after dinner, I took my Mavic Air 2 up. I got my waiver like 3 or 4 months ago, and I've yet to ever use it. So I finally said, okay, I'm here. I might as well use it. This shot, though, Steve Hyde did one with his Mavic 2 Pro about a week ago. Oh, look at this. Can't blow my cover.
Famous Irish person.
Well, looky here. Gary.
Hey. What's up?
Thanks for returning the favor, bud.
No,
Welcome in.
no problem. You bailed me out yesterday, so here I am.
Yeah, I'm stuck here with Fred drowning, man. This is all I got. I can't believe Fred still hangs with this.
I just got in and saw your email. I thought I'm jumping there.
But no, this shot I took last night. I'm at 400 feet. This is an interstate highway, and I think I wrote the exposure. It was like a 2.5 exposure, no ND filter,
Nice.
ISO of 200. I love the Mavic Air 2 for night. This is the first time I've flown it at night, and this is not. It's still not there where the Mavic 2 Pro is, but this is pretty darn close.
Yeah,
I'm
really nice.
I'm really happy with this now. Yeah. Now this other one, I flipped the drone around, and this is a 4-shot pano, which is why it looked kind of bent down there at the bottom. But it's the same thing, and I'm just going. I just cannot believe this is because if I put my all I've got is a Evo 1, a Mavic 2 Zoom, and a Mavic Air 2. If I tried to put this up with my Zoom, none of those. See the blues down there in the bottom? There's no way they'd come out. There's no way. They would just get lost in the dark.
That's the Mavic Air? That's the Mavic Air 2?
That is the Mavic Air 2. And what gets me is the ISO was set at 200. I would have had to have cranked the Mavic 2 Zoom to 1600 to even be able to see light.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just super impressed. I've had this thing for 6 months, and this is the first time I've ever flown it at night.
Very nice. Looks good.
Yep.
I like the long exposure. It gives some motion to the cars that are on the street, right?
It does, but here's the thing, though. Like I was saying, there's a buddy of mine. He also lives here in Houston, and he did this shot with his Mavic 2 Pro about a week ago. And I actually tried to recreate this shot with my Mavic Air 2 just so I could do a side-by-side with his. Yeah. And the difference is still stark. That Mavic 2 Pro is still the best.
Really?
Whereas the exposure, you get the drift of the lights and everything. You see that streak of the lights.
Yeah.
With the aperture on the Pro, the 2 Pro, you can get it out there to where you're not getting that. Some people don't. Some people don't want to see that. They want more of a realistic night shot.
Yeah, but when you get that faster shutter speed, you're going to get that. But
yeah,
like if you'd adjusted your ISO up, right?
Yep.
You could have stopped that motion, I think.
Well, here's the thing, though. When I went up, then the picture started to darken.
Yeah.
And the only way to compensate was to bring the ISO into something higher. So now I'm getting back to grainy.
Yeah.
So
now you're not using any ND filter on there, right?
No, there's no filters.
No, that's good.
Because I knew if I put a filter on there, I'm going to slow it down even more. Well, I take that. Oh, you just gave me a thought there, Gary. I just, if I'd have had maybe a 4 on there or even an 8 and brought the ISO up to a 4 or an 800. No, it would still be. I would think it would still be grainy.
Yeah. Now, if you brought it to 4 or 800 without the filter, you'd be stopping that motion, right?
Yeah.
And the zoom is still a 1/2.3 sensor, right? Same as
Yeah.
same
And
as the Air 2. But it's fairly sharp in the stuff that's static. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you can make out some of the wording on some of the buildings.
Yeah, that Sheraton symbol on the side of that building looks pretty good. That is a Sheraton, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, overall though, I mean, because I've hemming and hawing for a year now to get something with that 1-inch camera sensor for the variable aperture, and Autel priced themselves out of the market with a $2,000 drone that does it, plus the Autel 2 Pro, and I've got an Autel 1. There are just certain features that it just doesn't have that DJI kills them with, and a lot of those are the quick shot modes. And good Lord, don't even think of doing a waypoint flight with an Autel Evo.
Yeah. Now, what's your thought on the Fly app compared to the Go 4?
The Fly app needs a bunch of work.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I didn't go to the Mavic Air 2. I've got the original Mavic Air, and I'm familiar with Go 4, so I just stay with what works, right?
Yeah, the thing about the Fly app, I know it came out with the Mavic Mini a year ago, and I know DJI more than planned to have other drones brought into that app. But there are just still so many features compared to the Go 4 app that it just doesn't come close to. The battery thing, for one thing, I mean, unless you squint really hard or you get a warning, you're not going to notice that your battery just hit 10 or 11%.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Go 4 app, you've got the bar across the top that's going to give you that warning.
Yeah, for sure. Like you can see how much time you've got left before you hit the go home point. Right?
It'll show you it'll show you your time left in numbers that are readable, but I never pay attention to that.
And a lot of the telemetry is just white characters on top of the picture, right? So if you're looking at a whiter sky, you're looking at white on white, you can hardly read that stuff.
And another thing I love to do is hyperlapses. In fact, I've only looked at one of these. Let me see if I've got the thing about the hyperlapse with the Go 4 with the Fly app. There is nowhere in there to save the still photos. On my Zoom, I can save those photos if I want. Because I do a lot of sunset hyperlapse, and sometimes you'll just get one that's like, oh, I wish I had a picture of that. Well, with the Zoom, I've got it, but with the Mavic Air 2, I don't. There's nothing on there to capture just a single photo out of your hyperlapse. It doesn't give you the option, which it's something they could easily fix.
You can't bring a frame in post.
You could, but it's going to be kind of blurry.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be as sharp as the photo itself would be.
No.
Let me see where I'm at here. Okay, this is unreleased video. So let me do a share screen again, because I think I looked at one of these last night and that was it.
See, where I am, I don't shoot at night because I'm looking out the window and I can see a light that's probably close to a mile away.
Oh, damn. Not a lot to see.
No. And if I look out the back, I got 100 acres of nothing.
This is pretty
One
nice.
house off to the right,
That one I saw. Oh no, that's a video. Eesh. This one I was not sure about. Fred, you recognize that, don't you?
Yeah.
That's Transco.
Yeah.
Look
I
at the
like
light on
the.
top.
That's what I like. That's what.
I'm going to do a loop on this thing. There's Christmas for you.
There.
But see, now I don't know if this was a condition of the weather. I think it was, See the haze there? I
Yeah.
don't like that. I wonder if that's fixable. What else do I got here? This was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Westheimer and 610, Fred, just so you know. See the cop car down there? Yeah, I was telling Fred this morning, Gary, when I'm in a dark parking lot. My wife is in the truck. I'm in a dark parking lot, and there's nobody around me initially. And there's a couple of motorcycle guys off, kind of, I don't know, like 50 feet away. And I wasn't paying any attention to them. So I'm flying around for about 20 minutes or so. I did just one battery. And I heard a couple more pull up, and I didn't pay attention. A couple more pull up. And so I'm landing the drone. And you know how the light comes on the bottom?
Yeah.
There was like 10 of them by now. And I go, what is, I get one of them say, what is that? I was going, oh shit. Unwanted attention.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty.
But, you can be an ambassador for the hobby too, and and let them know what's going on. And
Well,
I've had people come up and I actually just show them the screen. This is what the drone is seeing. The drone is over there, and this is what it's looking at. Now let's turn it around so it looks it up. Now you can wave at it,
So we can document their picture just in case something happens, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Make
it's
sure you're
4:30
behind his car and you can see his license plate.
That's right. Hey, guys, I got to get rolling.
Freddie has a date with Satan.
Maybe we'll find out.
You said so.
I did.
666.
Her born. Yeah, she's born June, and her birthday the year is
you know
66.
about 668, don't you?
Do
you know what 668 is? The neighbor of the beast.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going back to this.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Bye, Fred.
Nice meeting you, Fred.
Nice meeting you. How can I get out of this, Brian?
You just do a leave studio.
I know, but it's gone.
See the plug on the floor on the thing? You just pull the plug.
Just pull the plug.
Yeah. That'll get you out.
I got another way to do it too.
Okay.
See ya.
I want to see this work. Oh, good. Here I am being a bad host again. I got a bunch of people in here I need to moderate.
Oh, I haven't even got the chat up. How come I'm not? Oh, I can't see the chat.
Why's that?
I could go back to let me go back to YouTube.
You know what you can do, Gary, is just open up two browsers.
Yeah,
and separate.
I've got it. Oh, there's Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas has been in here.
Night Train, Nikos Ariel. Hello, everybody. EBR TV.
For some reason, I came in here today and nobody was a moderator.
Really?
And I've ever since then, I've been trying to get everybody set back up again. So I think I'm caught up again now. Y'all start typing something, so make sure I did that right. So I'm saying, Gary, when I was telling you, I said there was so much stuff to do when you're hosting one of these. It's like,
yeah,
oh,
absolutely.
God. And I was into the habit of doing. See, you're not even a moderator.
No,
you are now.
Okay.
But no, I was doing these like every 2 weeks, and I had a rhythm going, and life happens, and it's like, oh, we can't do a stream today, and weeks go by. So it's been a month since I've done one of these, and I come in here this afternoon, and I was going, I can't remember how to do anything.
Well, you're doing better than I do. I couldn't share a screen. I didn't know what was going on there.
Yeah, but like last time I did it, last time I did a stream, I had a countdown timer, which if you asked me to recreate the countdown timer, there's no way I could do that. And I see that everybody's streams, they put in a cool little 3 or 4 or 5 minute countdown timer. And I had it in there, and I can't figure out how to do it again if I wanted to.
Well, I clicked on my countdown timer and it starts at 30 seconds. And I thought, well, that's not good right now.
No, I mean, you can go on the internet and download like an app
Yeah, yeah.
And, and what I did last time, if I can remember, hey, Drone Psyche, hey, Charlie, is you're a moderator now, is to do a share screen first, put the timer full screen on that share screen, and let it sit there. And that's what people saw until I came on and then took the share screen down. They saw me.
Oh, okay.
But there's other tricks to StreamYard that I see people using, and I need to bug them about it because I'm kind of if someone knows something tech wise that I don't know,
Yeah.
I get anxious. It's like, damn, I want to know that.
Well, you see, I looked at all the StreamYard tutorials a week before, right? Just so I'd be familiar. But I forgot it all by the time I was ready to go on.
Not only that, but I looked at those way back in the day, and they're really pretty basic.
Yeah.
They don't cover everything.
Yeah. Now, are you using the paid version, or are you just using the?
This is the free version.
Yeah, me too. You know.
I mean, unless I actually had a channel that made any kind of real money, which I don't ever foresee happening, and that's not true either. I'm either going to use this channel or I've actually started another one. There's no content in there. I just set it up so it'd be there if I was ready. But I'm going to start doing video editing tutorials because that's the only way you're ever going to get any kind of subscribers is to do tutorials.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have got one tutorial. Well, actually, I've got two on my channel right now. And one of them has to do with video editing, and it just went over 7,000 views. And it's only been out for like 11 months.
Wow, that's good.
If it wasn't for that, when I look at my analytics, there'd be nothing there.
Yeah. Well, I look at the stuff that I've done. The motorcycle Friday the 13th stuff that I do does really well.
Yep.
And the travel vlog I did, the 3 travel vlogs I did in Cuba did really well. Because I guess people going on vacation want to see where they're going.
They will use those. And that's another thing, too. I've got a couple of videos that I shot around here, and I set them up really as a tourist thing.
Yeah.
Hey, AZ Drone Dude. And I started getting feedback because one of them was over, I don't know, 700 or 800 views. And I started getting some feedback, and he goes, yeah, we were thinking of taking a trip down there, and I really love to see this thing, and I'm really glad you made it, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, they do get looked at for that reason, when people want to go somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I had a guy approach me. He was running for county council, and he wanted a promo video. And I said, sure, I'll do it. And what I did was I just took local stuff that I'd already shot and put it all together in a 2-minute video. And, I sold it to him for $100, but I had already shot it. I didn't even have to leave the room, and it was successful. The guy got elected, and then I posted it on my own channel, changed the title,
That's like here a few months back. It was back in June. Yeah, it might've been June. The guy who was just on here, Fred, by the way, just so everybody knows, I've known Fred for 10 or 12 years. We used to work together at the phone company, and I corrupted him to the world of drones after he retired, or just about the time he was ready to retire. So that's why we still hang out. That's why he puts up with me.
Yeah.
But we were at a bar, which I don't usually go to bars. But Fred put this bug in my ear. He goes, you need to come over here and talk to the manager. And what it is, they have these Jeep get-togethers once a month.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I said, okay, I'll take a look. And I was just floored by the different types of Jeeps and all the way how they're tricked out with the lights and the different lifts on them. And so anyway, I said, let me do a video and see what the owner thinks. Well, the owner he said, I will pay you, if it's within reason. So I said, $200, and I just got my FAA, so I wasn't even sure what I'm supposed to be charging. So I just said $200.
Yeah.
He goes, sounds like a deal. So I took the footage and I'm flying around this parking lot and I've got some cool close-up shots and I'm just going, this is great. Because I'm at a bar and I do stupid shit when I'm at a bar, I took the SD card out of the drone, put it in the holder, and put it in my top pocket. Not my pants pocket where I knew it would have been safer.
Yeah.
Top pocket of the shirt where I keep these. And
Um,
these come on and off several times because I only need these to read.
I only need them to see.
I don't really need them to see, no. But let me wrench Bob Casey here. Hey, Bob.
Hi, Bob Casey.
So yeah, the next morning I couldn't find the SD card, and I went back over to the bar. They had already cleaned up. They had stacks and stacks of trash bags, and I said, "No, I'm not dumpster diving those. Ain't gonna happen. Sorry."
So you had to shoot it all again?
No, COVID locked it down. The bar shut down.
Oh,
There was no going back after that.
yeah.
So here it is. This is about a month ago, 4 months later. My wife is rooting around my closet. Where's it at? Brian, she found, what is this on the floor? And I looked at it. I said, oh, no. That's it. I bet you that's it. Sure as shit, there was a footage from the Jeep thing.
Very good. Very good.
So that afternoon, I cut a 3-minute ad and a 1-minute ad. And I just went over there the next day, gave it to the manager, said, sorry. Because by then the bar was back open, but they're very, very limited here in Texas.
Yeah.
What they can do with bars, they really, because they shut them down so hard, they really police how many people you're allowed in there.
Yeah.
And they really make sure everybody stays apart. So I just gave him the video. I said, sorry. But yeah, that was the other thing too. He wanted me the very next weekend. He wanted me to drone. He was expecting 4,000 to 5,000 people at his bar because it's an outside bar for this charity event for a cop who had just been shot here in Houston. And I said, oh yeah, I love doing that. But then they shut the bars down, so that never did happen either.
Well, I did some shooting for a charity event in Paris, Ontario. It was called Bike Night in Paris, and they had it every second Thursday. And I would go to all of them, and I shot those. For free. I just said I'm going to shoot it. I talked to the organizers; they were on board. I was going to shoot it, and if anybody wants to see it, they can just watch it on my YouTube channel. I gave him my card, and he distributed it that way. Well, I think about the third time I was shooting it, he said that he had a whole lot of people come to him and say, "The cops are watching us." Because
they saw the drone.
Yeah, that's our guy. That's our guy. Don't worry about it. But I went to the police and I said, I'm going to be flying a drone here, because they had police on site. And the cop said to me, he says, "You just make sure you stay under 1,000 feet, eh?"
Okay, I will. I'll do that.
I pulled out my Transport Canada drone registration and I said, "I'm only allowed to go 400 feet." And I said, "And that I can only go within 15 feet of people." And he goes, "Oh, okay. Well, you know what you're doing. Well, there you go."
Yep.
But that comment: stay under 1,000 feet if you can.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But no, I've actually since then I have had a couple of small jobs. Well, I'll say small. When you're retired, just a little bit of income helps. Mostly roof survey stuff, and those are easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's certain people you'll talk to online that, well, man, you shouldn't charge that little, or you should charge a lot more. Yeah, you should, but at the same time, hey, Bill, let me make Bill a moderator.
Get into the situation that I'm in, where people say they just can't afford me.
Yeah, I mean, there's that too. But at the same time, hey, Copper State, man, we got a bunch of them coming in here. Let me hit. I've unmoderated everybody by accident, and I don't know how it happened. So as y'all come in, I'm trying to make sure y'all are wrenched and blue again. So there we go.
And there's Bill from Coast to Coast Drones. He gave me a
Yeah.
shout out the other night.
Yep. Thing about you, Gary, I know I've seen you in the chats for well over a year now.
Yeah.
I was really happy to see that you were going live the other day. I said, "Oh, good to get to meet him finally. That's nice."
Well, I was guesting on everybody else's show for a while.
See, I must have missed those.
Yeah, I used to go to Mitch's show, but then he started getting political, and I got beat up pretty good there. So I just said, "Well, I'm just going to stay away from that kind of stuff." And if I see the political guys, I just move away. I was in somebody's stream and made a comment that wasn't political, and they said, "Oh yeah, there's Gary the Snowflake." I went, okay, that's enough. I'm out. So
Wow.
you just gotta stay away from that.
Yeah, I try to keep the politics to a minimum.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, in my lifetime, as an adult, I have voted both ways.
Yeah.
And it really just depends on the message that they're sending out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, yeah.
in other words, I try to keep an open mind about things. But
see, I don't have a dog in that fight.
Yeah, I know.
What you got down there, right? We're in Canada, and if you bring up an alternative view,
the only thing I wish y'all would do up there is invade. I think that would help so much. If y'all would just invade.
We did in the War of 1812. That didn't work out for anybody.
If y'all could just take like New York State and Washington State and just invade there, oh, sweet.
We tried to take Maine, but what was the?
Nobody lives in Maine.
The Treaty of Ghent was the treaty in the War of 1812, and we gave back Washington. The reason the White House is white is because the British burned it.
I thought they ran out of paint.
We gave back Washington and Louisiana because I think they took Louisiana too. And the U.S. conceded Dade County in Florida. So actually, Miami could be Canadian if there's ever a conflict. We can take it back.
That'd be good. That would be good. Yeah.
We don't want it.
I can understand why.
Oh, yeah. No, there's some weird stuff in the history between the two countries. And I think it's been, the U.S. has been a great ally, and I think they've sometimes taken Canada for granted,
Oh, I know they have.
We fight side by side, and and our forces are as good as any in the world, But the father.
And in fact, I think you mentioned about your son yesterday.
Yes, and I got a message from him that he has arrived in Baghdad today. So,
and see, nobody. I guarantee you, Gary, nobody here in the United States even knows Canada has a dog in that hunt over there.
Yeah.
And
the U.S. isn't in Iraq now. I don't believe
that's true. No, yeah, they did draw down out of there.
Yeah, my son is there as part of a NATO force, and the Americans were told to withdraw. The Iraqis won't let them in. So, my son is particularly worried about this tour will happen during the anniversary of the killing of Soleimani. And Soleimani was a hero in Iraq for his fight against ISIS, and there could be an uprising, and we're hoping that.
Not so much of an uprising, but a couple of incidents involving people who have more of a radical state of mind of how to do things.
Yeah. So.
And right now,
we got our fingers crossed. Well, not this year, but that's the one I lost, eh? That's why I'm a hand tool woodworker. I lost that one in the table saw. They sewed it back on, but it doesn't work.
Hey, still something to work with there.
Well, now I'm a thumber, not a pincher. I can't.
I hate, I tried to do a little bit of show prep so I have something to talk about. And there was one thing that I meant to line up and I can't find. I bought this thing and I really wanted it to show, especially you. I found on Facebook, because they advertise to you, a round 60-inch, I don't know how many centimeters that is. I mean, 60-inch would easily cover this picture that you're seeing me in. It fits on the back of the chair, so it basically covers your entire back.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got a green screen. It was like $60, and I can't find the damn thing. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something like that because I had to kind of clean the room up for the for the live stream,
and anything I've thought about getting a green screen before because you can do all kind of neat little things with it. Yeah. But they're like $100 and $120, and everything you do with this hobby will nickel and dime you to death.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of how big the nickel and dimes are.
Yeah. Yeah. Bob Casey wanted to know my son's rank. He's a sergeant in the Canadian Forces. He's a signaler. He had the title at one point of artillery land operator. You know what an artillery land operator does?
I hate to think.
He sets up local area networks between tanks.
Oh, okay.
So they can coordinate their targets by the computers in each tank, right?
So what are they using for? I'm real familiar with computer networks. What are they using for the LAN? Is it like Wi-Fi or some sort of radio?
I don't know. I don't know, and I don't think he would tell me.
Probably not. Well, they would have to have some way to communicate.
Yeah. I asked him on the phone. I said, Chris, what's like how many people are going over? He said, what are you, a Russian spy? I said, well, you're flying over. Are you flying over in a C-130 or what kind of an airplane are you flying over in?
Bill?
He said, I'm not telling you.
I'm trying to get Bill. I don't have a nickel, dude. I'm buying green screens here, dude. I'm trying to keep up with you guys.
Bill kind of likes my little vape thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I always have one that I'm using and one that I'm charging. So there's the silver one and the black one.
Hey, Bill, let me ask you something. Did you get a link? In fact, I should just throw. I haven't even thrown. I used to throw up links at the beginning of these live streams, and I don't even. This just does not work the way it used to. Let me see if I can know how to do that. And that's another thing. You know who Jim Boyd is, of course, Above and Beyond Bones. Well, he started inviting me into his Tuesday stream, so I stole his.
The link is in there now.
His email list, and I just said, "Oh, looks good enough to me." So I use everybody in his contacts that he sends out on emails to re-email. Okay, so yeah, you did get one. I'm at grocery shopping. Dude, that would be the best place to go live. Come on, man. That would be awesome.
At the grocery store?
At the grocery store. It don't get no better.
I was in the grocery store today, and they've got all the lines on the floor before you cash out, right? They direct you to which cashier to go to now, right? When you're at the front of the line, they say, okay, you go to number 5 or you go to number 3, right? And I'm standing in the line. I turned around and I said, you're not going to get there any faster by being 3 feet behind me.
Yeah.
Right. Then the line moved and they didn't move. They stayed back, It's you got to keep your elbows out,
Oh, yeah. What is this here? I better get to this. Okay. One of the things, in fact, with Coast to Coast Bill in here, I should have. This is what I do in the beginning of the stream, and I did not do it. Oh, it's because Rodney was here. Rodney Bell was in here, and he threw me off the tracks, and I went tumbling down the cliff. One of the things that I like to do when I do a live stream is I do channel shout outs to upcoming YouTubers. You know, they usually have around 100 or less subs, and I always try to, and a lot of the stuff is pretty good. So let me just get a couple of these in here. I only got a couple anyway. Show prep was only about an hour or two today, so usually I have a list. Oh wait, I've already got that up. So let me see. Yeah, Bill, thanks. Appreciate that, bud.
Well, if Bill came in, I could go have my dinner. My wife has opened the door a couple of times.
So let me do this. Let me see. I got him copied. I see, there's another thing. I always used to have this stuff ready, and I don't. Let me copy that. And this is, do that and that. And I always like doing the guys with the lower subs first.
Well, I got 4 new subscribers after that stream yesterday.
That's good, man,
and my number didn't change.
I lose subscribers every time I do one of these. Every time. Never fails.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Undo. Copy. Yeah. I allegedly know computers. Sure.
Well, at least you can share a screen. I can't figure that out yet.
I can't even copy and paste anymore. So here we go. Do a share screen. And this is Bluegrass Drone Guy, 22 subscribers. I believe he's from Kentucky.
Kentucky's the bluegrass state.
Yeah. I always think of music whenever I hear bluegrass. But this is kind of a cool video too, because it's a nice clear. He's flying a Mavic Mini, in case anybody wants to know. It's down here in the description. Let me just jump ahead here though, because the link is in the chat if y'all want to go and sub him. Like I said, he's only got 22. But this is where it gets, this is where it gets kind of cool. He goes to the same bridge at night, which
nice.
Out over water with a Mini is pretty ballsy, I think.
At night.
Yeah. But here's the shot that caught my eye right here. Look at this. Now he's backing away from the bridge, and obviously the sun had just gone down. That's a really cool shot, I think.
Yeah, those pullback shots are always effective.
And I see a little bit of noise. I know y'all probably can't see it in the version I'm showing on StreamYard, but I'm looking at it on my other monitor, and there's a little bit of noise in that top where the sun has gone down, but it's still pretty cool looking.
Yeah, that looks good. Now that's a Mini at night. Oh man! Now, if he puts lights on that, he's over 240 or 250 grams.
Oh yeah. But that was that. So let me stop that.
Technology's come a long way, eh?
Oh, it's just incredible, man. And that's what I tell my wife. I said, the world has changed so much from what it was when I was a kid, and I hate to sound like an old fart, but seems like they were so much better and simpler. But at the same time, they've gotten better in other ways.
Yeah. Well, how else would you and I speak face to face from Texas to Canada? And
look at on your stream yesterday, we had Matt Northeast in there from Australia too.
Matt North from Australia.
Yeah.
And seeing Peter Carroll in the chat, and Thomas Ariels from Ireland. It's a long way to Tipperary.
I didn't know Thomas. I say I didn't know. Maybe I don't remember. He said he was from Tipperary. You say that.
Tipperary.
It's not temporary. It's Tipperary.
Tipperary.
Temporary is something short. not long lasting. Tipperary.
Tipperary.
No AZ drone. I'm probably going to pass on the Mini 2, mostly because the Mavic Air 2 fills the bill.
Yeah.
So and at the same time I say that, but I hemmed and hawed over that Mini One because I love the fact that it's that small. It was so small. I mean, that would be an awesome drone to have on a trip.
Yeah. Well, even the Mavic Air is pretty good on a trip. I mean, you can pack that away.
Yep.
Now, if you go to Cuba, you can't bring a drone. They will not allow it in the country.
That figures.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to, So that's when the Osmo Mobile 3 comes out.
Yeah.
Now, my phone has airplane mode, and I put it in airplane mode, throwing it up in the air, and it just crashes. It will not fly. that airplane mode doesn't work.
Let me do this also. I got another one I want to do real quick. I like to get a couple of these in. So this guy here, his name is Deacon B. And let me do this.
What an aircraft carrier.
Now it was some sort of a cargo carrier of some sort. But what I liked about this was just the clarity of the video. And Deacon B has 123 subs. And here's his link. YouTube rejected comment. This is for, you may need this. What? I wish y'all could see this. I'm going to read this to you. YouTube rejected your comment. This is fairly common when sharing a link. You may need to share the link another way. Well, excuse me. And look at the colors too. I can't share this link. Come on. Okay, I wonder if there's
you can share the video, but you can't share the link.
Let me just try this. See, now look at that. There's the link. Because I put his name in front of it, it didn't work. But his name is Deacon B. So there it is. And if y'all will go check out his stuff and sub him up, and I always like I said, because it was 18 months ago where I decided I might do something with YouTube. And I actually started paying attention to people who were paying attention to my videos.
Mm-hmm.
I get into this to watch my own videos. I didn't care about people seeing my stuff.
I got into it 2012.
I know you've been around a good while.
I was posting pictures of my grandkids out on hikes and skating and stuff like that.
Now, I've got family stuff in there too, yeah.
And not until I got a drone did I ever post a drone video, and then it just steamrolled, But I just don't post as much as I used to. I just don't have.
Honestly, I hear you because, okay, when I decided I really wanted to push YouTube, and it was not just pushing YouTube. I had a fairly new Mavic 2 Zoom, and I was just dying to take it anywhere and everywhere I could drive to around Houston. Houston's a big place. It's on the coast. You've got shoreline to play with. You've got a humongous industrial area to work with. Of course, the downtown scenes. I would drive twice a week, 50 to 60 miles just to fly the drone to get different things. And I'd make video after video. That gets old after a year and a half.
Yeah.
So I think I think one of my best videos just about a week ago. Hey, Chris Wedgeworth, how's it going, bud? Thank you. And I put up that video.
It's your birthday?
Today is my birthday. I'm 60.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'm not going to sing it.
Oh, that would be good.
No,
that would be good that you wouldn't sing it.
Yes.
Would be even worse than me singing it. But no, I mean, as fun as it is to take those videos and do all this YouTube stuff, unless you get something that's like, okay, wow, this is going to look good on YouTube, I'm going to make an effort on this. Yeah, no, I'm not. I just don't put up the content as much, which is why I'm probably going to, like I said, start a tutorial channel or turn this one into one.
Yeah. The thing is, you can put up a lot of stuff, but I think it's better to have quality over quantity. You know, I've got a bunch of stuff that I shot with the Osmo at a market in Cuba, and I never posted it because I'm not sure that it would be interesting.
How
You
could
know,
that not be interesting?
well, it's colorful, but it's all close-up shots of what they're trying to hawk to you, you know, and
But it's in Cuba. That alone would get you a shit ton of views, I would think.
yeah, maybe, yeah, right title, right tags, you know, we could get something.
Of course, then, you know, too much Cuba, and then here comes the United States NSA knocking on your door saying, "What are you doing in Cuba?"
Yeah. Well, they ain't gonna knock on the door up here. The border's closed; they can't get in.
That's true. Well, no, they're the NSA. They think they can go anywhere.
Yeah. Good luck getting past Canadian customs.
One thing that was cool back about 7 years ago, I'd retired from the phone company, and I said, you know, I still wanted to work, and I was always into the computer thing. So I said, okay, I'm going to get a bunch of certs and just go to work. So I'm in school for like a year, getting all these certifications. The instructor said, and whatever you do, because she was talking about cybersecurity, do not ping the NSA.
Really?
And she said, I know y'all are going to go home and do this. Don't do it. So I went home and pinged the NSA. I got a reply the next hour. Your IP, gateway, and so have been recorded and monitored. Please do not try to access this government office.
Really?
Okay, I'm good. Will do.
I bought a car. In fact, the car that's parked in the driveway now. I bought it from the Government of Canada website. It's a surplus, government surplus car. Formerly RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police. You know, but okay, I don't care. It's a nice car. So when I got it home, I started looking around, and it's got these little lights that don't light up. You know, it's the back and forth flasher lights that they've got.
Sure.
They're all in there, and they've cut the things off. And then I find these little stickers all over the car, and it's got this number on and a number to call. It's got an 800 number. So I called the 800 number, and I said, I've got this sticker on my car. Can you tell me what this is about? And they said, what's your detachment and badge number? I said, I'm not with the police. There's nothing. We don't know what you're talking about. I said, there's stickers on my car. We can't make any comment. Well,
okay then.
Yeah, okay, that's that thing done. But now I've got pictures of the stickers on my car, so if anybody steals my car, I can say, you know, here's the stickers. And you can't peel them off. They're on there good.
I was going to say, that's a good theft deterrent, if you ask me.
Yeah. Ex-police car, you know. My wife's car was government surplus too. And it's interesting. We have two dogs, and we bought from the government a car, a Jeep, actually, a Jeep Grand Cherokee that was used by Canadian Border Services at the airport for their dog, or for one of their dogs. And in cleaning it out, we found out who the Border Services agent was. We found the dog's business card, and then we looked up the dog. Now, this dog was a currency sniffer dog. And during his career, he found $7 million in undeclared currency coming into Canada. But yeah, the thing about this Jeep, okay, we got the Jeep and everything's good. And we took it out of town, and we went into a restaurant, and we came back out, and the car was running. What the hell?
Yeah.
So we were snooping around. We contacted the guy, right? He said, oh, it's automatic climate control for the dog.
Oh.
He said, if it gets too warm in the car, the air conditioning comes on and the car starts up. And if it gets too cold, the car starts up and so then we took it in to get that fixed. We didn't want our car running when we weren't there. We're going through a ton of gas. We didn't know why, because the car would start in the driveway and and run overnight because it was cold. So we brought it in and we had the stuff disconnected. Well, it's not that simple. Now the car would go into limp mode on its own. It wouldn't go over 20 miles an hour.
Oh, great.
Right? Well, now we got to get that fixed. So this $5,000 Jeep we bought, we put $4,000 into fixing the electrics to get it to work and not run.
Man.
But hey, it's a great thing for the dogs. It's got a cage in the back, and if you want to put somebody in the back, they can't get out. There's no way. There's no door handles back there. They've got steel panels on the insides of the doors and cages. And
the last 3 vehicles I've bought because I buy them with our dogs in mind.
Yeah.
So, I drive a Toyota Tundra, which is a pickup truck. First thing I did was slap a camper top on it.
Yep.
And the next thing I get will be, we finally whittled it down. We got rid of, well, we didn't get rid of, they died of old age, our bigger dogs. And we're down to 2 little ankle nippers.
Oh, okay.
One of those is pretty old now. So we're going to be down to 1 here in a year or 2.
Yeah.
But I will always have an animal, and I will always make sure the vehicle that I have can accommodate that animal too.
Yeah. Well, I could put them in my Subaru if I put some kind of cage across the back of it, because
But then it gets a little tight.
Yeah.
When you mention a Jeep Grand Cherokee, I've still got a 20-year-old Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah.
And we could put 2 of the big dogs in there fairly comfortably.
Yeah.
But not 5.
No.
No, my truck can handle the 5. We were doing 5-dog trips there for a while.
Yikes! Yeah.
Our
dogs don't travel well. We'll take them. We'll throw them in the back of the Jeep and take them to the park or something like that. But we don't. We got one little terrier thing that just barks up a storm. As soon as you get close to town, the dog starts barking. You can't carry on a conversation. There's no way. You roll down the back windows. They can't get out the windows because the windows have cages over them.
Yep.
You can roll down the window and it lets some of the noise out. But
yeah. Hey, Bob Casey, I appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, it was good seeing you, Bob.
I've seen Bob in the chats plenty of times, and he finally just put up his first video about a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Everybody needs to go over there and check that out. And we got 9 people in. And I just want to throw this out here while we got a few people in here. I updated the firmware on the Mavic Air, which supposedly came because of Mavic Mini.
Yeah.
I had 1 issue, but I want to know if anybody else has had any issues. I've heard some horror stories from this.
Really?
The only issue I had was last night, and it made me a little nervous because I'm in the dark getting ready to fly this thing. It reset my home point to, it wasn't, I always keep not my home point, the RTH return height. I had it set to 300 feet, which 100 meters.
Yeah.
And it was set to 30 meters. I was going, no, but that was the only issue I saw. But I've already heard some horror stories, and I'm just wondering if anybody else has had any bad experiences with that.
See, I have my return to home height set at 30 meters, which is about 100 feet, because the tallest tree here is about 80.
Yeah,
so it's going to clear the tree. If I'm higher than that, when I hit return to home, it will stay at that altitude until it gets over its home point, right? But I can't. People that set them at, well, you've got 300 feet for a reason. You've got 300-foot buildings that you're trying to get.
Yeah, and that's why I said it that way, because I've got an ongoing project, and it won't be done until next year. I have been every week going by this office building that's being built, and I take 3 pictures at each corner of the building,
yeah,
front and center, and I've already stacked them. And I don't want to mention names, but they said they want to see the finished product and they might buy it from me.
Ooh.
Might.
Yeah, that's tough. You're not going to even show it to them until,
No,
until you get paid.
and I've got how many weeks? 30 weeks accumulated on this job. Think of the paycheck. We've already sort of agreed on a paycheck if it happens.
Yeah.
It's going to, let's put it like this. It'll pay for all the drones I want to buy for the next 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's a very large company.
Yeah.
That's all, and then, like I said, I can't say anything because they said, because I told them, I said, look, if y'all are not interested in this, I'm just going to put it on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I said, no, don't do that. We'll show us what you got and we'll talk about it when the time comes. The building will not be finished until next February or March.
Yeah. Wow. No, I had one real estate agent. I shot the house for them and sent them the bill, and I didn't get paid. And I called and I asked about it, and they said, "Oh, we sold it before we used the video." I said, "Yeah, but I put in the time. I gave you the video."
Yeah.
We didn't need it. We didn't need it. So,
hey,
yeah.
James, there's
What
one
do you
of my
do
old
with
buddies here.
So when they called again, I just added that price of that one into the other one and told them they'd have to pay up front. And they didn't pay up front, and they haven't called me back. So that's the way it is.
I just want to welcome James Simpson in. He's one of my longtime followers who manages to come into the streams, and y'all need to go check out his channel if you can. Uh-oh. Now we got problems. Now the Californians are coming in.
All right. Okay, I can have dinner soon.
Brian, Gary, good afternoon, gentlemen.
How are you doing, Steve?
Doing well, thank you.
Good. That's good.
Doing well.
All the fires are out?
No, there's a few around, not all. And, you get these crazies out there that, they want to cause problems.
Yeah.
Now, come
but
on.
At least the weather has been in our favor. In fact, we actually had a little rain last weekend, and there's some more rain coming in, and the temperature has been way down. We've been in the high 60s only, and even in the low 60s for most of last week, and we're hitting around 70-ish is all here.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds almost like California weather.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I think you're right.
It's currently 5 degrees Celsius here, so that's mid 40s.
That's terrible. I don't mind cold weather. I'm from a cold weather climate, so I never minded it that much.
Yeah.
My buddy Fred was on here earlier. I told him next week when we go walking, it's going to be like 42. And I said, I might have to put on some pants rather than shorts. He goes, might? You might? It's only 42.
Well, I worked with people when I was working who would wear shorts all winter. There'd be 3 feet of snow out there, and the guy'd be in his work boots and his shorts trudging into work, But
there's all kind of variables. If it's 50 degrees and there's a 20-mile-an-hour wind, yeah, I'm in pants, sweater, shirt, and everything else. But if it's no wind, it's like, oh, this is great. Because my problem is, I remember 98 degrees and 50% humidity.
Yeah,
all winter long. It's like, oh, I love this.
Well, here's the thing about Canadians. You'll like this. It was 24 degrees Celsius, so it was almost 80 last week. And I did more motorcycle riding last week than I did all summer. Now, I was out today, and it was, like 8 degrees. People are in winter coats. But you get 8 degrees in March or April, they'll be outside in T-shirts.
They're so sick of the cold, and I can relate because I've been there. You'll wear the T-shirt. Just damn it, it's supposed to be warm.
or this is a lot warmer than the -20 we had last week, right?
Yeah, that's true too.
So
Yeah, I know. My dad's side of the family is from Minnesota, way up north, and Hibbing, Minnesota. And we went up there for the one time. Most of the time we were there strictly in the summer. We were up there for one Christmas, and I was out Christmas morning with jeans and a t-shirt on. It was 25 degrees outside. The sun was out, and I was out chopping firewood for the long log burner. And I'll tell you what, I was still starting to sweat up a storm even at that.
Yeah.
And, growing up here my whole life, I'm used to the pretty temperate, but I really like cold weather. And I've always been it because I skied a lot over the decades.
Yeah.
And I could get used to cold weather. And my uncle looked at me and he's just shaking my head and said, "You're crazy. Yeah. You are from California."
There was a story about when they were surveying the 49th parallel, right? Between Canada and the U.S. And they went to this woman and they said, "We've discovered that your house is on the U.S. side." And she said, "Thank God, I couldn't stand another Canadian winter."
Oh, that's kind of like my cousin that posted on her Facebook page before we had the time change. She goes, "Oh, no way in hell I'm going to turn the clock back an hour because I'm not going to live 2020 another hour in 2020 more than I have to."
Oh, exactly. Yeah, and there's a movement now to stop all this time switching back and forth. So I don't know.
God, I wish they would.
Yeah.
Leave it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, you like this banner? I wrote this just for today.
What's that?
This
we're doing for the 13th? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, the 4 horsemen ride. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Well, today was supposed to be our big motorcycle rally. And I saw some bikes out, but not like you usually see, tens of thousands of them heading out. But
I was going to say, that's pretty cold.
Yeah.
To be on a bike.
Yeah. I wasn't out today. In fact, I'll be wheeling my bike up to the end of the garage so I can get my car in there. So
put it away for the winter.
It'll be put away for the winter and put on its little trickle charger, and I'll put it up on a jack and change the oil and get it ready for spring.
Kind of like winterizing for a boat, same way.
Yeah, well, I winterized the boat 3 years ago and haven't had it out since. I said to my wife, I said, "If we're going to use that boat, right, we're going to get some use out of it." Well, we've been, but life gets in the way. It's drones and it's motorcycles and it's this and it's that and it's COVID, and you just never get around to sticking the boat back in the water. So that's one last job I've had, is I haven't had to winterize the boat 3 years in a row.
Well, that's one thing we don't have to do here in California.
Yeah.
Because we can use the boats here 365 days a year, kind of like Florida.
Yeah. Well, what I end up doing is I put the earmuffs on the intake on the bottom, right, on the bottom end, and hook up a hose with a funnel on it and pour antifreeze in and start the motor and once the antifreeze is coming out the exhaust, we're good for the winter. So, and then bring all the fuel inside and all that stuff, but I haven't had to do that in a while.
That's not good though, letting the boat sit that length of time.
No, and it's an old boat too, so.
See, that's just it though. Global warming can be a good thing. I don't know why everybody makes it. I read somewhere, this is a long time ago, 1,500 years ago, they had some sort of a heat thing that went on for years, hundreds of years. The earth was warmer. People in Great Britain grew like 3 or 4 inches taller because there was more crops to eat than they would have, than they were. It just amazes me though, So, okay, it gets a little bit warmer, but this is a cycle.
It is. It's called geological time scale. Take a look at it and study geological time scale. Where I live, and if you've ever seen it in my flights when I'm flying here at the house, I go straight up. where the freeway is running by, directly across, there's a elementary school. And in fact, we went from the old school we were at in elementary school, tell you how old it is, in the 3rd grade, and walked up to it when it was completed from down below. We walked up the hill there. They had to delay the building of that school by almost a month and a half because they found a complete gray whale skeleton on the property.
Really?
So it's just like, well, wait, time out, all you climate freaks. You know, if we're global warming, how do you think a gray whale got 175 feet up on the shore and its skeleton is up here? It just didn't happen in the blink of an eye. So the water level was way above it in order to have that skeleton up there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, some of the stuff that comes out of these, as they say, politicians' mouth is just laughable.
Well, I do believe
Bob Casey's talking about cutting the wood. You warm yourself twice. Once when you when you burn it. Yeah.
The thing about I'm pretty sure there is global warming, but the cause of it is my thing of where it actually originates from.
Well, they're saying that they have global warming on Mars too, and there's not a whole lot of cars there.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a natural thing.
You know, you were reading my mind, Gary, because when Al Gore first brought it up here in the States and the whole big thing about global warming.
Don't start with Al Gore.
The temperature, the temperature, I'm just stating a fact. The temperature on Mars came out from NASA. They had announced it the same day before he came out with that it had risen by a half a degree.
Yeah.
On the temperature. I'm going, so now we're warming up Mars.
It's that damn rover. It's that damn rover generating.
It's the rover. Yep.
It's the exhaust from the rover. That's
it.
Even though it's solar electric, it's screwing something up. I'm dying here. I'm trying to find that ad on Facebook because you missed it, Steve. I found something, and I'm going to hopefully have it by the time I do my next live stream. It is a 60-inch round circle green screen that fits on your chair.
Oh, I've seen that. It snaps on the back of it and goes like an arch around you. Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping to have it by this stream, but I can't even find the ad for it anymore.
60 inches. Eh?
Yeah, I saw it on when I was looking for a green screen for here.
It's a good way. I don't know if you want to do that in centimeters or it's pretty big.
Well, there's 60 inches right there.
Yeah. It's like 5 feet.
That'd work. And you just set it on your chair.
Yeah,
it clips onto it.
It clips onto the back of your chair. The only issue I might see with that, because my chair swivels, so my mountain scene behind me, the mountains are going to be moving. That might be a problem.
Earthquake. You moved to California.
They'll stay still. They'll stay still because your green screen, the green screen would move, but the image would stay static, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If it gets a ripple, you're going to see something weird looking.
Yeah.
It's when the green screen will move out of the image that it's casting onto it.
I got to look at where the light is. My light's directly above me, and I got one. You saw me turn the light on, Brian. In the daytime, I get lots of light coming in this way from the window, north-facing window, which is great. But I've got a south-facing light on the north side for nighttime streaming. So.
Oh, okay.
You know, but maybe I'll have to get a Loom Cube.
They work. I ended up. I don't even have it here anymore. I think I put it away because I've been trying to clean my office up finally.
I finally got to use my flashy cube thing on my drone last night. I was so happy. Instead of white or red, I went green. I said, "There's nothing green up there. This is good."
That was a beautiful images that you have. Those things were gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, what I was talking about earlier, though, Steve, was I was comparing. There's a buddy of mine here in Houston. He flies a Mavic 2 Pro, and he just does professional grade photos. And I'm just like, I drool and I want to beat him up or something. Just hey, Crystal, Texas randomness. But I put my Mavic Air 2 up there in the same exact spot that he put his Pro in a week before, and took the same exact photo, looking to compare it. And I was pretty impressed, to say the least. The settings were, the ISO, I was able to keep at 200. The exposure value for that particular picture was a 2.5 second, and no ND filters.
Right. I remember you saying that.
But if I'd have had my zoom out there, I'd have had it up on an 800 or a 1600 ISO just to be able to see light.
Oh, yeah. Easy. Yeah. Yeah, and that makes a difference on the aperture of the lens. You can get it up there, and if you can keep that your ISO, you want to keep your ISO down as low as you can. 100 is optimum, without a doubt.
100 wasn't working. I couldn't see anything at 100, but 200 once I started opening up the exposure a little bit, it started coming up for me.
So what f-stop were you at on
it has a fixed f-stop on the Mavic Air 2. It's that.
Oh, that's right. It was on the 2. I was thinking it was the Pro.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I was able to get that quality because the Mavic Air 2 has a 1/2 inch sensor.
Right.
And I was just amazed at how close I got to his quality on the photo. I was really happy with that.
Well, it's like that hyperlapse I shot, clear back in June, and put it up in the air, and just let it run. So you're getting the cars going by, but you could see the movements going in and out with the Mavic Air 2. And I was stunned how well, obviously that's taking, it was taking one image a second for the hyperlapse.
Yep.
And I was surprised how clear and sharp it was. And I left everything on automatic.
See, I started on automatic and I wasn't happy with it. So I went to manual and started playing with it. And that's what I took that shot from.
Yeah.
On a Crystal, Texas randomness, I am subscribed to you, and I'm looking at your channel right now, and I've been meaning to look at your channel more because you do have an interesting looking channel, by the way. I just want to let you know that.
I got to launch my other browser so that way I can get over here to double check and make sure I'm still subscribed to everybody.
Right. Oh, and that's another thing, Chris. Hey, Jim's droning. I didn't see you come in there, bud. I come on today, and keep in mind it's been a month since I pulled a live stream. Nobody coming in was a moderator. I'm having to go as y'all come on and put y'all as moderators. It's killing me. I don't know why it did this.
They had that outage yesterday, was it, or the day before?
It was yesterday. They went down for like a couple hours from what I heard.
Yeah, and I guess there's a bunch with other people that I've heard and talked with, there has been a big problem with just even the like buttons, the likes not showing up, the counter's not working, all kinds of different things.
As for my throat, I can't. I'm lucky I'm talking as long as I'm. If it wasn't for the drugs I take and the alcohol.
Say note to note, drugs are for thugs.
No, the thing about it is the allergies here are so bad. I've never had them this bad this year.
Yeah. And you hate to go out and sniffle in public.
or I've always been a non-hawker, and I don't like people who hawk. But man, I'm hawking like crazy. It's just freaking gross.
And what the part that's interesting is this late in the season it's happening?
Yeah. Well, we still got tons of leaves on the trees.
Oh, so do we.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a maple tree in front and a liquid amber out back. The maple tree and a maple tree in this area is like people wonder how the tree even exists, but the tree was here when we bought the house back in when was it, 81 or 82. And everything's green. Now the liquid amber, it's got the colors on it, and the leaves are falling because we had some wind here the past couple of days.
Yeah.
So we're losing the leaves off from it.
Yeah, almost all the leaves are off our maples here. I've got 15 maples in the yard, and it's a I've already cleaned the leaves out once, and I got to start again.
Wow.
We did 3 days of burning, and I got another. Well, 3 days of burning got rid of half of the first batch of leaves. So we'll have probably 9 more days that we'll have to burn just to get rid of them all. So
I'm looking at Chris's comment about updating his Mavic Air, because I had mine yesterday, and I had one issue as a minor one, and I've heard this is what I've heard before about like a stutter. So I pulled up my video from last night, and let me do this real quick. And I'm not seeing it. Well, it needs to move. Move. There we go. Okay, look at that stutter. That's because my computer is not caught up yet.
Holy moly.
No, there we go.
Your confuser's letting you down.
Yeah. I went and spoke too soon is what it is. See, I'm not seeing a stutter. And this is
Well, I'm seeing a little bit here because when you're on the replay.
It could be from the delay from the internet, though, too, doing that, Steve.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm looking at butter smooth on my end. See, I don't know. I'm looking at. I got 2 monitors, and I'm looking at this screen here where y'all are, and it looks pretty smooth there.
It looks good on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see any real stutter. And by the way, this is the first time I've seen this footage.
Actually, I see more stutter on the live coming out of StreamYards than I do on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you got 2 monitors going too, Steve?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just got to open in 2
Actually 3. I got Google Chrome over here, Firefox, and then dead center with the camera, StreamYards.
Dude, you were ready for this.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been wanting 3 monitors for a long time. I've had 2 for years.
Here's me fighting with a 9-year-old iMac. Got one on order. It's been on order since the 2nd of July.
Yeah.
But they just can't seem to get them.
Yeah, Bob, I've been real busy. Bob, I'm just going to answer a question to Bob here, and also one to Crystal, Texas. Yeah, I've been real busy with work, and then plus 2 weeks ago, my wife was in an automobile accident.
Oh, no. She all right?
Totaled the car. The car rolled. She's recovering okay. She ended up in the hospital with a concussion.
Very sorry.
The car is gone. There was the CRV, Honda CRV.
Yeah.
And the drivers from the passenger side coming back to the driver's side, all the way in the front, that whole section. So like if you were sitting here in the driver's seat, that section was all the way over the top of her head.
Ooh.
It pushed and rolled when it flipped because it flipped and came around and down and then over. And she doesn't remember anything.
Wow.
Very little can she remember at all what even happened. And of course, the other person is saying, oh, you were moving in my lane. You were going faster. She just turned onto the road and she was going straight ahead. And they're saying, oh, you're moving into my lane. She's going straight ahead to make a left. She wouldn't have been going to the right.
Wow.
Steve?
Yep.
Y'all been 2020. That's not good.
I know. I'll tell you what, I've never wanted a year to end so fast in my entire life as I do this one.
And I better shut up.
And yes, I was in the Air Force, Crystal, Texas. Thank you. And you're welcome. So was Mr. BMAC up there in the service.
God, I can't remember that. There was just way too many alcohol and drugs back in that day.
Although I saw those pictures of you, I was wondering what happened. That handsome guy that you posted up there is
17,
like,
17 years old, 60 now. Yeah, this is where that went.
well, let's see. Mine was 18. I don't have a picture. I got to dig a picture up. Mine was, I would have been going on 19.
Yeah.
19 years old, and now it's 67.
When I tell you how bad I want to get out of there, when I signed up, I was 16. My mom had to sign for me.
Right.
Sign it, Mom, or I'll live here until I'm 30. Sorry, Steve.
It's done.
Wow. Wow.
She had a hard time getting my brother out of the house, so she didn't want any part of that.
Yeah.
It must have been hard on your parents when you were overseas, though.
Who?
You.
I was only overseas for 2 weeks,
Oh, there
thankfully. It was the goofiest thing. I went. I'm lucky I even got to go there. My unit was on a reforger mission in Germany that I've been transferred to, and I said, when are they going to be back? They said 2 weeks. So I'm just going to do what around here? He says, you're going to go over there and hook up with them. I said, you're kidding me. You're going to spend the money to send my ass over there for 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, all I did was guard duty in the snow in a little town in Germany.
Hey, it was a break from all that warm weather.
Yeah. No, it was cold in Texas in March, but it was pretty chilly up there in central Texas.
Yeah, my son isn't going to have to shovel snow this year. He's in Baghdad, so there's nothing.
Yeah, no problem there. But the really cool thing about that trip that I will always remember, thankfully, was them introducing me to a small town German tavern and German beer, which you don't need to eat anything. And 3 was the limit, because after that, you don't remember nothing much at all. That was awesome.
Yeah, my sister was my sister lived in Germany for just shy of 17 years. She was there for. She was way up north, almost up towards the Amsterdam border. She was up in Bremen.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Where the big port up there. And 2 things up there are made up there: Beck's beer and the Mercedes sports are built there. Let's see, alcohol and fast cars. They don't really mix too well.
Beck's beer is probably why I know Bremen, Germany. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you, everybody. Yeah, she's getting better. It's just slowly. She's still sore, black and blue, and she's going to be going back to work only half a day all next week to see how she does, and hopefully she'll be able to work from home.
I got to remember not to do these backwards. Jim Boyd does that, and he drives me crazy.
What's that?
Okay, you can highlight people's comments, and I do like to highlight them just so it's my way of acknowledging what they're saying, and you should go down the line just like I'm doing now. Mm-hmm. Jim Boyd, though, and I love the guy. He's one of the coolest guys that I love talking to. He goes backwards. He goes up. So you're reading things in reverse order. It's like,
you notice that too.
Yeah. It's like, okay, Jim, I don't start the books that I read on the last page. I usually start at the first page.
Well, it all depends. If you're reading in Arabic, you start at the back or front.
I don't read Arabic. Oh man. Anyway, I'm gonna have to call it here.
I've got to wrap this up myself too soon, Gary.
Yeah. So thanks for having me on. And
I know. Thanks for coming on, man. You saved me from Fred.
There you go.
I got to deal with him almost every day.
Yeah, and make sure you watch for next week. I'm not sure if I'm going to do 4 o'clock. I might do 6. Mitch, old guy in a drone. He didn't go on last night, so I don't know. I'm going to get in touch with him and
Did you see his notification?
No.
He's taking a break from YouTube.
Okay.
He didn't say how long, but he made it pretty clear he's going to back off for a little bit.
Okay. So I'll move into his slot because I was stepping on Geeks Vinyl last night. So
I just looked at who I'm all over competing with, and I cannot believe I've managed to maintain as many viewers as I've had in here, because I'm going against Oz by Drone and one or two others. So I'm pretty happy. I had GeeksFon in here, by the way, earlier today. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. Well, he said that he would come on if I wasn't on at the same time as he was. So
Greg's not on yet. Greg didn't come on for another an hour and
wait a minute. What did I say?
An hour and 20 minutes.
I'm looking at Oz by Drone, 15 watching right now.
What?
And Canadian Drone Hub.
Well, Canadian Drone Hub's on 24 hours.
Oh, I'm doomed. Ready, Set, Drone's cranking up too.
Oh, this is his first Friday. No. He comes on Friday of the month, right?
Oh, I see. It's Global Fly-In with Oz by Drone. They dual each of their channels, so you get a dual thing going on.
Yeah. So.
But I'm going up against Roger Martin and Canadian Drone Hub, but that guy's on 24 hours a day, I think.
Yeah.
Roger, yeah.
If I ever just had something to say, oh, Roger's got to be on, I can go to Roger. He'll let me on.
And if you say something, you'll be the only one talking. Go on there. It's Paul Murray doing his shopping or eating a donut, and Paul Hodges is on there and he's just watching, or he's doing something else. And Roger went on at 6 o'clock this morning. At 6 a.m. I got up at 8 and I checked in and it said he was in there for 2 hours.
I know he usually gets on there kind of early, but he'll take a break midday, and he usually comes on again later on in the day, and that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah. But
yeah, Bob, he is actually, because I've actually gotten to speak to him more or less one-on-one, because he's given me some tips about some things that have nothing to do with drones that I've taken to heart. And
did I say I was leaving? Yes, I did. It was thanks for having me on. Keep an eye out for next Thursday. We'll maybe and we'll go from there. But thanks again, and have a great weekend, everybody.
All right,
Good to
Gary.
see you,
Great
Gary.
having me
You
on.
too.
Gary had his first live stream yesterday, Stephen. I popped in about half hour. No, I was in the chats for a half hour, and he put a link up, and I said, let me go in there and help him up. When it's your first time, and I remember all too well, you run out of things to say. You're not even sure what you're saying. You get a little slap happy, and it's always good to have someone to talk to.
That's for sure.
Which is, I will thank you again for coming in also. But
my pleasure.
It was kind of cool though, because I've always seen Gary in the chats, and when you meet people, even this way, and see them for the first time, it's much easier to relate to them, I guess, than it would be in the chats. Because I know he's not in here now, but I have just been on Thomas Ariels all day long about going live. Rodney Bell had a stream around 1:30 today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Rodney was up there going, come on, guys, come on. And he's putting up his link. And I said, Rodney, I'm doing show prep right now. But if Thomas Ariels comes on there before me, I'll come in. Didn't happen.
Well, Tomas came in.
No, I mean live, like as in the.
Oh, no, he won't. He won't.
I know
I'll tell you that.
I'm just yanking his chain. No, I know he won't.
Yeah, I know. No, he likes to keep close to the vest. He's a shy guy.
What he say? I think he said he was undercover. He couldn't blow his cover. Hey, Bob.
I haven't seen him in a long time either, because I've been away with just everything going on.
Yeah, you've been off for a while, rightfully so. Let me add one to you here, Bob Casey. Fly safe, fly hard, fly often. Fly scared. Try flying at night. That will scare you. Man, I'll tell you what, there is no better pucker factor than being 300 or 400 feet in the air, surrounded by office towers at night. Oh, and a biker gang pulling into the parking lot where you're flying from. It's even better.
Yeah, he popped. Ari, hello.
Ari, yeah. Let me get Ari.
Yeah, the only time I've seen Tomas, well, I've live chat with him. I've live streamed with Tomas many times. And the only time I remember him ever going on live was when he was on Claude's channel.
Yeah.
Once.
I haven't seen Claude in months now.
Claude has gone on. He started up a new show after he got shut down.
He got shut down?
We were all duped. Let's
Do I
put it
need
that
details?
way. Well, I've said it out on before, and I have facts. So this is factual.
I know there was something to do about a female.
Yeah, that was him. Suzuki.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. Too. That was him, and he's started up a new channel, and he's got another channel that was at Suzuki that he's rechanged the name on, and he still goes on and does it.
Huh.
I sat there on a stream when Lloyd was alive on one of his shows, and he came on saying the guy in the beard must be mad at me, and he was talking about Mel. So this makes me sound confusing because it's confusing to me because I'm chatting with who I think is a female, and all this time it's been Claude.
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
Yeah, 10 minutes going on back and forth.
Ooh. Oh.
Which he's been caught, and how he was caught was by a gal who used to help him out, Sonia on Nature's Beauty. She caught him because he had his subscribers, the join thing that people would, a monthly fee to his channel. He would bring up their screen, and to promote their screen of one of his, members. And he put it up there. Only one thing he forgot. He was running his channel and the other channel, which was Suzuki, and had changed the name because Sonia kept on saying, he's doing this. And she started making videos. Well, come to find out, up in the upper, right-hand corner over here, where it shows your image of your channel, he went and showed the channel for this person. I don't want to bring them into it because they were an innocent person, being the other channel, not his channel, not Drone Effects with Claude.
Because I was even in a chat with him one afternoon, and it seemed okay to me. That's bizarre.
I had because I was working from home a lot. I probably had 100 hours at least in chat with him. Not in chat, but on the show with him.
Wow. Speaking of other channels, like I was saying earlier, and I'm not sure how I'm going to work this because I'm taking a page out of Sean Oz thing. And, he has a hard time picking up subscribers because he bounces all over the place when it comes to subject matter. Hey, Ed.
Hello, Ed.
But I was thinking of, because I've been going over all the material. I've got a shit ton of stuff that I can do for tutorials to do with film editing.
Uh-huh.
But if I start a new channel, then do you want to start from scratch and wait for them to come to you? Or do you want to use your one you've got now, where at least you've got a little bit of a base? I don't know how to work this.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing you want to do is you got to decide what you want to do.
Yeah,
that's what it all comes down to. You don't do it for the people. You got to do it for what you want to do because you enjoy doing it for what you want to do.
And it's a two-edged sword. I look at what I consider to be, and I hope Dan Drone Worship is not listening, one of the hardest working guys on YouTube is Ken Dono.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy puts out 2 or 3 videos, 4, sometimes 5 a week.
Hmm.
But I don't know what the cost personal wise to him is. And most of them, at Spin Up last year, 2019, him and Sean Oz were dead even at just under 10 subs.
Yeah.
Ken kicked it into gear, and he's coming up on 40,000 subs now. And the majority of it is besides his crappy attitude, is tutorials. That and that his gruff way of getting you, getting what he wants to say out.
Without a doubt. And then you figure he's got his, business that he does for all the real estate.
Yeah.
Plus he's in with DroneWorks, doing that business. He's a busy guy. I know Russ came out and put a note out to his patrons.
What is
asking about where he about a thought of what he may wants to do and a change, and it's just like, you know what, I support you for what you're doing. Don't worry about wanting to do something special because you feel like you're shortchanging us. If I'm going to support a channel, I'm doing it for what the person is doing, not for what I'm going to get extra or wanting something extra. I'm saying thank you for everything you're doing. And he is a guy that has put out, I mean, phenomenal tutorials.
Yeah.
And then getting in the legal side of things with regulation with the FAA and really digging deep into stuff and putting that information out. That takes a lot of time. And I know his reviews, like he did on the original Osmo that he did, and even the Pocket Osmo, the original one. I mean, those things were fantastic. He was doing outdoor, indoor, that takes a lot of time and a lot of work to put that together. Plus your regular job.
I like what Ari said here. He said this in a more tactful way than I was trying to say it.
Yeah, and after a couple of beers, it's gone.
Now, see, one thing I have noticed, hey, Mad Kiwi's back. He hadn't been on in a couple weeks either.
Craig. Wow.
Oh, sorry, Ed. I missed you there, bud. There we go. Anybody else that come in here that I'm trying to re-moderate everyone.
I wonder what happened that it went undone like that.
I don't know. I know if I go into YouTube Studio, there's a whole big batch of people who are moderators, and I haven't looked at that in months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll bet you it's empty, or it's only got the people who showed up in this chat.
Well, I know my last live stream, which has been a while back, there was only 2 people or 3 people out of 15 that were watching that were still moderators when everybody should have been moderator. And that was almost a month ago.
Now, wait a minute, Steve. You don't do your own live stream, do you? Oh, you mean
live stream flying.
On your drone stuff, on the drone stuff, yeah. And that's another thing. Have you been able to do your live streams lately?
I haven't had time to.
Because I had, who did I have in here? Chris Hope and Rodney Bell. And I guess Fred, but he's worthless. I was trying to pick their brain as to how they were able. Oh, Dennis Lovelady was in here. Had to pick their brain as to how they were able to do their live streams, because I have not been able to live stream for shit in the last couple of months. Well, in the last 6 weeks, let's say.
Right, before you bought that new tablet.
No, because I've gone back to my iPad several times and tried to do it, and it still won't.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was before you bought the new tablet. It was a while back.
Yeah, it was.
Stopped working. Yeah.
But it seems that Chris Hope was telling me they've changed the RTMP codes, and I need to go in there and just put everything in new.
Mm-hmm.
But So the app that I'm using, whatever app it is seeing the old ones, but I'm not quite sure yet how to get that out of there so I can put in the new ones. So
Well, I know on the Go 4 app, I was told, which I haven't changed it, unless YouTube has changed it, because the YouTube, I don't know, a couple months back, it seemed like it changed it. I don't know how many times.
And that's what
on
Chris
me.
Hope was saying. They've changed it several times.
And so I went through, and I haven't, like I said, I haven't changed it, but I was able to live stream like a month ago, and I know people haven't been able to. Supposedly, if you didn't change anything, and if that hasn't, you're safe. But what I've been told, and if I'm wrong, please let me know. I'm told that even if you put a new RMTP code in there, it won't recognize it. The software is not letting it the change. It's DJI Go 4 app is the problem, not YouTube.
Hey, Ed, seeing as how I know you're a really well-hung, well-endowed FPV drone guy, I got a question for you. I have totally drowned my Tiny Hawk, and I'm looking for a replacement. And I found this. Oh, no, this isn't right. Hang on.
Rotor Geek.
Roto Geeks. This came up on Drone DJ the other day. What attracted me to this is the Fat Shark goggles. Those are Fat Sharks. It says version 3. Thomas Ayres was in here earlier and telling me version 3 can be had for $99. They're not the best. My whole thing about it is I don't care if they're not the best. I want them to be to where they can be used with other drones or other FPV drones if I decide to do it. I'm just wondering if, Ed, you've seen this or might be aware of this in any way. Let me see if I can make that bigger. This is a Mobilis 6. For the price, I think it's awesome. And keep in mind, I'm a novice. I managed to send my Tiny Hawk up over my roof and into my neighbor's pool, where it stayed for 3 hours. That is a story that I've related several times now, and I'm sick of humiliating myself. So we're not going there. Chris Hope is using his wife's Android. Okay. So Android, now that I haven't, maybe, I have not tried to go live from that Triple Tech, and that supposedly should work.
Brian, would you mind if I posted the link to my channel for Jim?
Not a bit.
He's asking my channel. I know I've been subscribed to you at Jim's Droning for a long time.
Yep. And I got to thank Jim Droning. He's always popping into my live streams whenever I do these. Bob Casey. I am so happy Mad Kiwi's back, man. I still like to give him credit for getting me started in this.
Android's user-friendly. You're right. You're welcome, Jim. Thank you. It's user-friendly, but it's not, the software is not optimized as well as it is for iOS.
No. And when you go to like DJI site or even Autel's, it will say so depending on what model you're playing with. That, like with my Samsung Tab A for Autel, which I've been using it now for almost 2 years, this device is not optimized for this app. It works great, but it doesn't work worth a hoot on a Triple Tech. Yeah, it's the only thing I have found, thanks, ever since I made that one video, plenty of good fixes, and that thing, I really am coming to like that Triple Tech. I did
Mine
not.
comes tomorrow.
Good deal. As long as you stick with DJI, you're going to love it, man. Because it can't be beat for the money.
For your Autel, that sucks though.
Yeah, and supposedly Ken Dono's been talking to the people who make it, and they're going to have a fix someday, but who knows when. The problem is, I know what they did. They went out and purchased an older version of Android, and just said, and okay, everybody wants a bright screen.
Mhm.
So they went out and purchased an older version of Android. Here's your bright screen. So it may not work as well. Blah, 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 blah. Get over it.
Well, like I told Jim, I said, why don't you get yourself one of those $8 sun shields and put it on your iPad?
Got one of those too. And yeah, you try setting up a quick shot or a hyperlapse with one of those sun shields on. Let me know how that goes when you got hands the size of your face. And yeah, Bob Casey, you're right. Apple used to be, I don't know why they switched. 90% of the devices out there are Apple and the rest are Android. I never could figure the logic behind there. But there is some logic, because when the word logic actually applies better to Android than it does to iOS.
Mm-hmm.
I think Steve, the dead guy, Jobs, did some serious drugs when he was in college.
Oh yeah.
To make an operating system the way he made it, dude, what were you thinking? Then again, it started as open source, and I think he tried to close the loops on a lot of that so that it wasn't. And
well, you know, that was originally coming from Xerox, even before that. You know, before IBM quote Windows, but IBM got into it, and they had that GUI setup when the Macs came out. They had that operating, and that was when I forget who it is, the vice president of marketing or somebody within the upper divisions of marketing said, "Oh, never mind. Yeah, we can let them see," because they didn't want them. Let him see it because Jobs and Wozniak had come in. Because I've met Steve Wozniak decades later. I knew him through a girl that I dated years back, and she had worked with him. And that guy is just like, his mind was going a million miles an hour.
I'll bet. I guess to be in the kind of game that they were in, they have to be.
Oh yeah. Well, I remember Comdex, the computer shows in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah. I was there for the very first one. And when they had it, Bill Gates came out of an elevator. This is like on day 3 or 4. And he's coming out of the elevator, and he had, like security people around him, not like it is nowadays, but so no, you're not going in, Bill. You're going to go back up and take a shower. The one guy goes, he hasn't taken a shower in 4 days since he's been here, but I need to go. I may miss something. No, you're going to go upstairs and take a shower, and then we'll come back down.
I'm going to go with Mad Kiwi saying I've got a Samsung J5 for flying and a 3.5-year-old Note 8. That's a good device for that Note 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about the J5. I don't know. I always thought about getting one, but I just always stuck with what was stable or what I heard worked. So.
Mm. Well, for the price of what they are, if you just go with that, yeah, you can get them a lot cheaper versus iOS, like a mini, the mini iPad mini. But what a world of difference for the new version, which is actually the 2019 version that everybody's calling the 5 version, versus the iPad mini 4. Because I had the 4, and then they did all those updates like going on right after another. If you remember how many times they had updated the Go4 app, and all of a sudden it was just like everything came to a screeching halt. It was like buffering, like you were showing on your screen, the images.
Stutter.
That's what I'd see while flying. So I heard about the 2019. I went out and bought that. Wow, what a world of difference. Oh.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Steve, seeing as how you got that triple tech coming in,
mm-hmm.
It's still, even on DJI, has some stutter,
Mhm.
just a bit, and here, I'm not even sure if it does because I was at a project I'm working on, uh,
Right.
doing an office building and stuff,
Right. That one
and
you were talking about earlier.
yeah, and I've done it with the Triple Tech and the iPad. The iPad crashed on me,
Mhm.
which is another reason why I said I need a backup device. So the
Right.
Triple Tech fills the bill. It's not perfect though. Like I said, if I was to grade that Triple Tech between an A and A plus and a D for failing, my Samsung 4 is a D. And I think I mentioned this, but a 3D heads up display on a glass in front of me would be an A plus. That Triple Tech is like a B, and it sits right there with my Apple iPad because the iPad does not have the brightness, so it's just you're never going to get something that you really want, for a decent price.
And the only thing everybody's complaining about, and I mean, I live here in California. We have bright, sunny skies, but it's not as bright, I would say, um, as being in Florida or even being down in Texas. Um, we have bright, but if it's that bright, I put that sunshade on it. It's just a little
Well, I'm going to tell you right
rubber
now,
piece that slides over and just hold it at an angle, and you can see fine.
you are not going to need that sunshade with that Triple Tech. It really does, and that's why I wanted it because
Yeah.
it works for that reason. I mean, I'm in direct sun, and I'm just going, this is friggin' great.
Yeah.
But I just wish the screen was 2 inches bigger.
Yeah. And like Ari said, he just bought a Hoodman to go over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just keep that shield, those sun shield in my backpack, and it sits in the back pocket there where a laptop would go in there, along with the iPad in a case, and away I go.
No, like I said, that Triple Tech has grown on me. One of the things you'll find a little cumbersome at first, if you don't take off that strap on the back, it'll get in your way. But don't take it off because, man, I've already found out twice now that thing will keep you from losing it because that thing is so thick it's not going to sit in those holders real well.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get all off balance or you make a fast move and it comes out of there, that strap is going to keep it from going anywhere.
You're going to be connected onto your tablet
it's going to be connected to the neck of whatever it is you're using.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because I've been on here a ridiculously long time. This is the longest I've ever gone. 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Holy mackerels.
I know. I'm exhausted.
And your cup's empty.
You heard that, didn't you? This sucks. I'm sucking ice here.
Well, I thank you for allowing me in, and
I'm always glad to have you, Steve, because it's good to have someone smarter than me.
Where?
Hey, we're starting at a base of Fred. One of these days,
stop picking on poor
I know,
Fred.
one of these days he's going to get so mad at me. But check this out. He dropped off at 4:30. First of all, he just got back from a nationwide tour. He went home and he went and visited Virginia for the leaves turning. Of course, he has a drone. Haven't seen any of that video yet. He went to North Carolina. He was going to go to Florida. He blew that off. So he came back, and first week back, he meets this girl. Well, a friend introduced him, and he had a date with her tonight. And he goes,
Ooh.
What do you think of this? I said, what? She told me she was born, she's 54. She was born on June 6th, 1966. 666. So you're dating Satan. You're going on a date with Satan. Good luck. Good luck, bud. Let me know if you're not there Monday. I'll understand. I'll just look for the charred remains.
Really?
To be single, free, and 61. No, rather not.
No,
That's Fred. That's Fred, by the way.
he's 61.
Yeah, in fact, he's going to be 62 in a few months.
Oh, okay.
I'm so jealous. He gets Social Security soon.
It's nice. It's nice having that money coming in finally that you put away, you paid so much into for so many decades. You're seeing a return on it.
Don't get me started. Because at 65, I've already been told that they will reevaluate how Medicare is paid for. And instead of coming out of 1/4% of your Social Security wages, they're going to do 1/4% of your total wages. No.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things is I waited for Social Security. Well, I'm on Medicare at 65, but my Social Security, I waited to 66 plus 4 months, and then it allowed me to continue working and not get penalized for my a reduction in my payments.
Yep.
So the only thing that I have is voluntarily I have federal withholdings taken out. Because otherwise, unless you're going to do quarterly,
sort of a personal question, but are you getting slammed at all by state income tax for any of that?
You will, yeah. But it's not that much because I have
Okay.
enough taken out of my other stuff that I can cover for it because I pay estimated throughout the year for federal and state anyways. Because I'm 1099 from the companies I work for.
Okay. Well, anyway, at that, I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down, Steve.
All righty, sir. Well, again, thank you. And everybody in chat, I wish everyone a wonderful, safe weekend and stay well, stay safe.
It's going to take me 10 minutes to figure out how to end this. Hang on.
There's a shutdown.